So, let's start the program. Let's formally start the program. Ito yung ating final project presentation. Let me begin by giving you good luck charm. Good luck everyone in the presentation. Ayan. And na-review ko na yung ito yung ating program itinerary. Na-review ko na yung rubrics. Yung purpose ng project is a requirement for your programming 2, yung ating C++ na course. That is a major requirement. So that is the purpose of presenting the final project today. And let's go with the program proper. Okay, so we start with the national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiging tegas ng sinananan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Upang hinilang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka masisingil. Sa nagagang putok sa simoy at sa langit ng babaw, ay hinagang tulakawin sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isla ng matawag mo'y tagumpay na naghihingi. Ang bituin at parang niya kailan pa may di matidinig. Luma ng araw ng walhagin pagsinta, mo'y langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
And then we'll have the opening prayer.
Lord God, thank you so much for giving us another day to study and prepare for a good life in the future. Thank you for giving us the chance to continue learning amidst the pandemic, which caused a lot of changes in our lives. Bless our parents who work hard to support us. Bless our teachers who are doing their best to inspire and guide us, especially in these trying times. Bless our country and the people who continue fighting to stop the pandemic. Lord, fill us with your wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Give us good memory so that we might understand and remember what we are going to study now. These we pray in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord. Amen.
And then
Ang
some remarks. Okay, so I formally open the floor for the presentation of your projects for BSIT 1N, and good luck. Sana maging mas maganda pa yung ating presentation from our previous outputs nung midterms. And I'm hoping na may makikita akong mga bago ngayon, no? So, again, good luck and let's begin. Ayan. Okay, so dito na ako sa hindi na ako mag-share yung group 5. Ito na yung ating lineup. Pwede na tayong magsimula kay group 5. Okay, group 5, you may start sharing your screen. Ayan. Inventory. Okay.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
So, let me start the presentation of our group. So, good afternoon everyone. Welcome to the presentation of group 5. So, yung group namin ay nagpalit kami ng app from contact management system. Gumawa kami ngayon ng inventory system. So, we prepared an inventory system for a coffee shop para may specific products lang kami na isi-set as example. So, let's start with the presentation. Next slide po. So, for the project description, V5 Inventory is a tool that enables users to organize and manage details of a product. It stores information such as name, product description, stock items, prices, and its image. The system has 4 main functions. So, one is to add products. So, dito pwedeng yung admin or yung user, pwede niya ilagay yung name of product, yung product description, yung product stock, yung product variation, yung product price, at saka yung image ng product. So, second, list all products. So, dito mag-view nung user yung products na in-store in a tabular form. So, third, update product information. So, dito pwede ma-edit yung mga information. So, halimbawa, yung isang product nabawasan or nadagdagan yung stock, dun sa update product, pwedeng mabago dun. So, lastly, delete products. So, sa delete products naman, kunwari, yung isang product ay hindi na kailangan dun sa business, pwede siyang i-delete completely from the system. So, this app basically helps the owner of the business to manage their inventory or product stocks easily. So, for the next slides, to be presented by Lorenzo Riego. Thank you.
So, for our project scope involves the creation of an advanced application, the form of an inventory system meant for utilization of small to medium-sized businesses. So, mainly, an inventory system lang po siya para sa mga dito sa project namin. Hello, rinig po ba ako?
Yes.
Okay. Para po sa coffee shop ang naging scope ng project. Next slide po. Ang objectives po. The objective is to wait lang po. Is to create and design an application in C++ language and to program and design an advanced application using the C++ programming language. And our preferred IDEs are Turbo C, Dev C, Codeblocks, Visual Code, and Visual Code Community. And our schedule objective of a semester is the schedule objective of our project. Next slide. So for our deliverables, what can V5 Inventory do? Our application includes features such as saving and storing information of a product, which can include the description, price, and image of said product. It can list all currently stored and available products, update product information, termination of saved products, and it can save inventory for per account basis. So meaning it has multiple accounts that you can use if you have multiple businesses set up, or if you only have one coffee shop, it can only use one account for that coffee shop. And it includes the availability to be downloaded for any compatible devices. Thank you. That's for our deliverables. Next slide, please. To be presented by our next presenter.
Success factors. These are the components that must show to guarantee the success of the project. First, satisfaction of users, clients, and stakeholders. We cannot declare the project's end to be successful without it. Users' contentment is a need. Second, met project objectives. As seen and declared in the previous slide, project objectives were met. Next slide, please.
Hello, parinig po ba? Hello.
Yes, rinig ka.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. I am Catherine, and I will present the flowchart of our application. So, let's start with the topmost part of the flowchart, which is the start. When the user runs or opens the application, the home page will be displayed, which contains the name of the application, sign in, and exit options. The user will be asked to enter the correct username and password. The system will then read the user input and the available data in the database to know whether the username and password inputted are correct or incorrect. If it is correct, access granted will be displayed on the screen and the user will be directed to the login page. On the other hand, if it is incorrect, the incorrect username will be displayed on the screen and the user will have to enter the username and password. Exit. There is an exit button on the home page. When the user clicks this button, the program will be terminated and the application will close. So let's move on to the welcome page. This page contains the name of the system, its logo, and its description. The user must click the logo button below the description to continue. Then, the connection succeeded will be displayed on the screen. Once the connection succeeded, the user will now be directed to the inventory management system page. On this page, the user will be able to add products to the list, view existing products, and exit application. If the user wants to add a new product to the list, the user should add an image of the product and input the name, description, stocks, variation, and price of the product. The user must click the Add Product to the List button, then product name inserted successfully will be displayed on the screen. Once the user successfully added the product, the user can choose whether to add another product, new products, or exit application. Exit. So there is also an exit button on the inventory management system page. When the user clicks this exit button, the program will be terminated and the application will close. View products. When the user clicks the View Products button, the user will be directed to the products page. On the products page, the user can view the list of existing products and their corresponding information. The user will also be able to update and delete products from the list. There are also back and exit options in this page. So if the user wants to update a product, the user must click a product to be updated from the list. The user will now have to input the updated information and then click the Update Product button. Product name successfully updated will then be displayed on the screen. After successfully updating a product, the user can choose whether to update another product, delete a product, back, or exit application. And if the user wants to delete a product, the user must click the product to be deleted from the list. The user must click the Delete Product button, when successfully deleted will be displayed on the screen. The user can choose again whether to delete another product, update a product, back, or exit application. Back. There is a back option in the products page. The user must click the back button to go back to the previous page, which is the inventory management system page. The user may use this button if the user wants to add another product. Exit. There is another exit button on the products page, so if the user clicks this button, the program will be terminated and the application will close. Lastly, the stop. So there are a total of 3 exit points within the application, and that will all lead to the stop or the termination of the program. So that is all for the flowchart. Thank you.
Okay.
Roles and responsibilities. Our project manager, Paglinawan Elia Gillian. Our technical writer, Magno Catherine D. Our system analyst, Riego Lorenzo Antonio and Ong Princess Denise. And I am business analyst, Sambuena Elizabeth. And our true programmer, Luna Joshua Nathaniel, Nilooba Nathaniel B. Next slide, please.
Sa kanya pala yung parehong ng Nathaniel.
Implementation. First, tasks and activities. Our group task is to produce an inventory system. Design is planning, in which concepts, procedure, materials, and deliverables are all considered. Development of the system is done repeatedly, testing and improving the code, and lastly, the presentation. Procedure. Agile methodology. We use Scrum. Next, tools and technology. We use Visual Studio 2019 and MySQL Workbench. Project change control process. We use Scrum using iteration process. Next.
So for our project schedule and milestone, on July 7, 2022, we were able to identify the application or project that we will do and present for our finals. Then the next day, on July 8, 2022, we already started doing the outline of our application, the design of our project. And on July 11, 2022, we decided to start the development of our project. And today, July 27, is our project presentation.
For the project presentation, let me share po my screen. So, kita na po yung screen.
Yes.
So, kapag niran po yung codes, ayan, lalabas na po yung sign-in form po nung app po namin na for security din po since admin lang po yung may alam nung password. So,
Ganda naman.
so kapag halimbawa, mali yung na-type ng username, tapos nag-sign in, lalabas incorrect username. Then, kapag mali din yung nailagay na password, lalabas din po incorrect password. So, ayan, kapag tama pareho, access granted. So, click lang yung okay. Then, mapupunta po sa welcome page na kung saan makikita yung project description, then yung logo ng group po namin. Then, kapag click po ito, lalabas, connection succeeded, then madadirect na po siya dito sa form na add product. So, mag-a-add na po tayo ng product. Halimbawa po, since coffee shop, coffee powder. Then, add ng description. Pwedeng kahit ano ilagay dyan, kung yung flavor, ganun. So, halimbawa, hazelnut, caramel, coffee powder. Then, pwede rin po mag-add ng image. So, add image, tapos mapupunta po siya dyan. Then, select lang po yung all files para lahat po ng files lumabas. Then, ito yung picture po. And, then, product stock. Halimbawa, merong 20. Then, 20 pieces na 1 kilogram ng coffee powder. Then,
Magkano?
ang isang kilo ay, kunwari, 250. Yan. So, i-click lang po itong add product list, then lalabas, coffee powder inserted successfully. Okay. Then, if you wish to add more pa po, ayan, pwede po. Then, if you want to view po the products, yan. So, ito na po yung na-add natin kanina na coffee powder. So, kung gusto po,
Kung gusto po i-update, halimbawa po nabawasan yung stock, pwede po bawasan dito. Yan. I-click lang po yung update product dito. Then, pwede na po i-change dito. Halimbawa, 12. Yan, ganyan. Pwede na po siyang i-update. Yan. Coffee powder updated. Coffee powder successfully updated. So, makikita dito na mababago yung product stock.
Okay.
Then, kunwari, nandito kayo sa form na to. Then, gusto mo pa mag-add ng bagong products, i-click lang yun. Pwede ma-direct ulit siya dun sa add product. So, halimbawa, isa pa po, sugar. Then, description. Add image. Ayan po. Then, product stock. Halimbawa, 5 po. Then, product variation, 1 kilogram po ulit. Then, yung price. Pwede rin po i-click to up and down. Pwede rin naman pong diretso na dito. Then, add product to the list. Yan. Okay, then view products. Ayan, nandito na po ulit siya. Tapos, pwede rin po ulit i-update. Kung mag-a-update po, i-click lang po yung product na gustong i-update. So, for the delete naman po, pag gusto mo, kunwari may i-delete po, yan. Ayan. Pupunta lang po dito sa delete product, then click po ito, successfully deleted. Wala na po siya dito. So, ayan. That's basically our app po.
Okay. Tingnan natin yung code nyo.
Opo, yung code po to be presented by Joshua and Nathaniel.
Oh, sige.
Thank you po. Yes, rinig ka.
Hello, hello.
Ayan. Naririnig na.
To sign in header po. For lines 1 through 210, those lines are automatically coded and when making the GUI. These lines are the properties of the different elements of the GUI like labels, text boxes, and buttons. The properties shown here include things such as color, font style, the location of the part in the GUI, the name of the element, the size, and what comes next when you press the tab button and the text shown. For lines 211 to 213, it tells the exit button does, which tells the application to exit. For lines 214 to 243, it tells what the sign in button does. If the username and password the user types in the text box are right, it will lead us to the next part of the application, which is the welcome page. But if either are wrong, it will show incorrect password or incorrect username, depending on which is wrong. From lines 234 to 250, there are the lines of code to control mouse commands such as dragging and clicking. For lines 251 to 255, they are lines which enable the user to simply press the enter button to move from the user text box to the password text box. Similar to the lines 251 to 255, lines 257 to 261 enable the user to simply press the enter button to click the sign in button to move to the home page. Next up is the welcome page.
Hello, hello.
Yes.
Narinig po ba ako?
Yes.
Okay, so pa-scroll up sa home form. Okay. Ito na. Sa app. Sa top.
Sa ibabaw. Nasa 40 ka pa lang. Yan.
Yeah. Okay, so we're now on the home form. So in this home form code, we start from the pragma once, which is a preprocessor directive to cause the current source file to be included only once in a single compilation so that ma-reduce na yung uh, redundancy yung ating code. We use the namespace or the set of names that are used to identify and refer to our systems and components of the project, which has the component model, collections, windows, Windows forms, data, and the drawing. Now this is the summary for the home form. We have the public reference class for the home form and class open for Windows form, which as you can see, and the protected class for cleanup for component and some interfaces. And we have another class that has the container for the components. You scroll down. Now, okay, scroll down. Now we have another, the pragma region, or the region for the main function. We have the function for the initialization component, and we use the this pointer because when there are members in the function with the same name as those class members. Also, the DC new keyword allocates the instance of a type that is garbage collected when the object becomes inaccessible. Next is the graphic user interfaces or the GUIs. As you can see, we have the picture box 1, we have the functions for the background color, image, location, name, sizes, and tabs. And same thing goes with the picture box 2. Next is the button 1 that also has a function same as the picture box but added the flat appearances. And last interface is the home form, which has the functions when user tries to interact with it, with some functions for dimensions, controls, and the positioning. Now we're going to the pragma and regreon. So what is pragma and regreon? It specifies a block of code that you can expand or collapse, and also to provide additional information for our compiler. And then included there, we have the boolean and the conditions for the offset, the dragging of the mouse, for mouse down, mouse move, and mouse up. Now we're going to the product table form. Product table form. Last form.
Product form na kay ano, kay Nathaniel. Product form muna kay Nathaniel.
Oh, okay, okay.
Uli yung sa'yo.
Oh, yung not na isa.
Ito raw yung sa'yo. Joshua.
Nope, kay not yan. Kinarek na niya. Okay.
Lah. kuryente bigla. Oh, ano na next?
Similar to the previous pages, lines 1 to 535 are automatically generated when creating the GUI. 500 to 537 to 539 are the lines of code which enables the application to access our database. Our database, MySQL, for 540 to 588, those are for those are the lines which enables the user to input the necessary information. Sorry, I was looking at the lines 1 through 416. Those are the automatically generated lines of code when creating the GUI. 480 to 420. Those are the lines which enables the application to connect to the database. For 421 to 428, those are for when the user wants to add another product. Those are the lines which resets text boxes. Then for lines 430 to 447, these are for when user has pressed the add button when the connection was succeeded or if there was an error that occurred. Hundred forty, 515, or 400, or 448, 503. Those are the lines of code which passes the information that the user has entered to the database. For 500, for lines 570, those are the lines of code which enables the user to insert an image. And it will show the image. For lines 534, and starting with lines 516 to 540, those are the lines similar to the other pages which enables the insert. The next page, which is the product table.
Okay, so we now go for the product table. In the product table form, we have the same Pragma ones and the new namespace for MySQL, MySQL data, and MySQL client. We have installed MySQL so that we can add data for our products, forms, and also the interfaces. We connected the MySQL bases to this Visual Studio C++ for that we can have the container for our data. We classified the components or the interface on private class that includes the panels, labels, boxes, tabs, and buttons, and other GUIs. And we have another class that has the container for the components. Now we have another pragma region for the main function or the overall system component model, which has the disk pointers for the GUIs for the panels. Can you scroll down? Oh, yeah. As you can see, we have the disk pointer. After that, we have another pragma region. May down pa. Okay, yan. For the main function, we have the functions for the initialization component. We have 23 functions that will be seen in the output of the GUI. Then we have the interfaces for all the table products that includes the configurations of the panels, labels, boxes, tabs, and buttons. We also have the additional codes, which includes the functions and classes for the populate tables in the bottom. Okay, sige pa. That are the 23 functions. Medyo mahaba-haba siya. Okay, stop. Yan tayo. Ayan. Here we have the functions and classes for the populate tables, where we have the try and catch statement for the system object sender. The try and catch statement allows us to define a block of code to be tested for errors while it is being executed. Then we have a private class for the update click, where we have declared strings, int, double, and arrays. Same process goes to try and catch to the command. Then on the bottom, the last part, we have another class for the sa bottom. Okay. We have another class for the back click and exit click, and also the conditions for the offset for the dragging of mouse, for mouse down, mouse move, and mouse up. Same thing as the home form and the product form. And to summarize, that's all for the product table form.
So that ends our presentation po. Thank you po.
Okay. Pabukas nga uli nung inventory.
Yung mismong app po.
Oo. Load mo yung admin. Okay. So, i-click mo yung view products. Asan na yung nilagay mong pangatlo kanina?
Pinakita ko po, dun ko po pinakita yung delete product po.
Okay. Doon lang ako sa pakiclick yung delete product na na folder. Kung
Ayan po.
magdi-delete kayo ng product, sige, i-click mo yung delete product. Anong dinelete?
Yung coffee powder po.
Taas.
Kung ano po yung sinelect, yun po yung madidelete.
Um, right. Tapos tingnan natin yung ano, yung code. Baba mo lang yan. Huwag mo isara. Okay. Baba mo yung code. So you have how many folders ng code? You have sign
May
in.
4 po. Sign in, home form, product form, tsaka yung sa product table form po.
Okay. So this is like yung file handling, no?
Opo.
Okay. So patingin nung sign in.
Ito po.
Ito sa
From
taas.
line 200. Ito po yung mga generated codes na po na kapag naglalagay po ng design po, automatically na po siya nagko-code po. Yan po.
Sige, taas pa. So, kinuha nyo lang yung link nung yung home at saka yung product at saka yung table form. Ito yung pinaka-main, ano?
Opo, yung pinakaunang form po na mag-a-appear.
Okay. Tapos naka-link dyan, in-include mo, ginamit mo yung include para ma-load mo yung H na home form.
Opo, para may ma-direct po dun sa home form.
Okay. So, tinitingnan ko yung ano. Sige. Baba mo ng konti. So, ayan, gumamit kayo ng ano dyan. Correct. Alright, sige. Sige pa, taas. So, meron kayong protected, public, at saka private. Sige, angat. Okay. Sige pa, baba. Windows. Panel. Okay. Sige. Taas, taas. So gumamit kayo ng Windows Form Designer. Okay, sige. Sige. Angat, angat. Okay. Now, saan sa mga form na to nakalink yung database?
Dito na po sa may product form na po. Dito po nag-start na i-link po yung database. Kasi dito na po kakailanganin para po dun sa may table.
Table form.
Ikita po dito.
Okay. So, MySQL, PHP, SAMP ba ang ginamit nyo?
Po,
SAMP ang ginamit nyo?
hindi po. May SQL po na workbench.
Workbench. So, single, hindi hindi nakalagay sa SAMP.
Hindi po.
Hindi. Okay. So, pwede mo bang buksan yung workbench ng SQL?
Wait lang po, ma'am.
So, okay. Nagets ko na. Sige. Okay. Ganun lang. Ayan. So, paano siya nakaload? Paano siya kinol dun sa loob ng table form? Nakalagay, yun lang yung nakalagay sa taas na MySQL. Ayan, CMD, ayun, doon siya nag-code string. Okay. Okay, nag-gets ko na. Right. So, doon sa SQL, nagre-reside yung mga data ng inventory, correct? Pati yung picture, doon nag-reside. Nasaan ka na?
Opo.
Okay.
Dun po sa ano po na
Sa
si-save po.
database. Meron bang parang text file compilation ng data na ano?
Ayun po, wala po kasi po nakakonect po siya dun sa local host po nung ano po, SQL po. Kaya dun po talaga siya nasi-save.
Tingnan mo kung saan nakasave yung data nito. Saan nakasave yan? Meron yan, may text file yan.
Ayun po yung trinay kong hanapin, pero hindi ko po talaga siya nahanap.
Sige, buksan mo lang kung saan nakasave itong program na to. Sa C ba yan? Anong folder niya?
So, dito po. Ayan po. Yung mismong codes lang po talaga na ginamit yung nakikita.
Ayaw nga, no? Hindi siya, ano. Ito lang yung folder ng inventory.
Ayan, tsaka ito lang po. Yung ginamit lang din po dun sa pagko-code.
Okay, sige.
Wala po yung mismong text file.
Wala siyang text
Wala.
file.
Wala po. Bali dun po mismo sa workbench po na save yung data po na ini-input.
Nabuksan mo yung workbench. Kanina nag-ano ka lang po.
Ito
Ayan,
po.
sige. Andyan pala.
Ganyan lang po. Ganyan lang po siya. Tapos, nakakonect na po talaga dun sa mismong app. Kaya dun na po lumalabas yung table.
Okay. Click mo yung view. View, ayan. Tapos, home. Ayan, nakaganyan lang. Tapos, browse documentation, local instance. So, nakaano ka sa local instance ng root. Tapos, click mo yung root na localhost. Anong password?
Ayan po.
Okay.
I-create na po ng bago.
Hindi. Ano yan? Nandun yung data eh. Nakababa yung... yan, yung table ng products. Click mo.
Ayan, nandito po.
Hala. Product name. Ayan, nandyan sa baba. Okay. And then... views. Tingnan mo nga yung views.
Ito po.
Hindi. Ayun, sa ilalim. Ayan o, ilalim ng ano, table products.
Ito po. Ito po.
Ayan. Anong nakakaano niya? Wala. Walang lumitaw. Okay. Anyway, nandyan lang yan. Hindi lang natin ano, no? Kailangan lang kalkalin. Anyway. Okay, so dyan mo makikita yung data na ano, no? Eh, since oonti lang kasi yung ano, yung nakalagay doon sa ano, sa output nyo. Dalawa lang yun, diba? Parang dalawa lang yung nakita ko. Ayan, naging isa na lang. So, kaya medyo mahirap hanapin, no? Kung marami yan, at makikita natin yan. Anyway, okay. So, naka-workbench kayo. Okay, good. Now, right. Itong delete product, tanong ko lang bakit naglagay kayo ng delete product?
Ano po, halimbawa po, sa isang business po, may isang product na po na hindi naman na po kailangan para dun sa business. Pwede pong i-delete na para wala na po dun sa mismong system. Ganun po.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, since ito na yung format na ginawa ninyo, at ang ginawa nyo ay um, inventory, bibigyan ko lang kayo ng tips para sa best practice. Pero wala akong problema dun sa code, no? Maayos naman yung ginawa ninyo. Para lang sa conceptualization nung pinili nyong gawin, no? Sa inventory, ang best practice ay yung yung delete product, as much as possible wala sanang feature ng delete, no? Yan ay kape. Okay, explain ko lang bakit hindi masyadong magandang feature na merong delete, no? Actually, okay naman siya kung may delete, pero maganda sana kung i-avoid na gamitin, no? Bakit? Kasi yung inventory, isa sa magandang magandang gawing project. Usually marami na akong na-implement na inventory na na mga project, no? And although merong mga portion ng delete, at maganda nga na andyan sa front end yung inyong delete, at hindi siya, at saka yung connection nyo sa database ay limited, no? Hindi siya masyadong nagagalaw. Dahil yun yung magandang no? Yan yung isa sa magandang best practice. Pero pagdating sa delete na feature dyan sa inyong inventory, magiging questionable yan pagka nag-end ng fiscal year, no? Kasi yung inyong inilagay dyan, you have to account, no? Pag sinabing account, at the end of the fiscal year, usually mga December, ina-account mo lahat ng cost, lahat ng binili mo, at pati yung output para sa audit, no? So, pag in-audit at may mga items na binili, tapos hindi na nag-e-exist dyan sa inventory, then merong question sa auditing, no? So, kasi usually, yung inventory, kadikit niyan yung mga financial tool, no? Usually, kasama yan dun sa mga financial tool para sa accounting, no? I-account yung lahat ng binili na product at saka ano yung naging output. Nagkaroon ka ba ng sales, no? So, yung mga taxation, kasi binabayaran yan, no? Ina-account yung inyong kinita, yung inyong net income, official ba yun, no? Yan yung pag nag-aral kayo ng accounting, you have to be very, very clear, lalo na dun sa mga nag-audit, yung mga naging financial expenditure, yung mga capital, papasok to sa expenditure, at saka yung i-account yung sales, no? Kasi yan yung inventory. So, kung meron kang ginawang biniling inventory, ano yon, tapos anong naging output nun, no? Para sa computation nung yung inyong declaration ng net income para sa taxes, no? So, yun yung best practice. Kaya pag may nawalang item dahil dinelete, tapos part siya ng inventory for the whole year, then may question, no? Kaya yung iba, ina-avoid yung merong delete. Or, kumbaga, pwede rin na yung user ng merong mga iba't ibang user, no? Yung usually ang pwede lang mag-delete nasa accounting. So admin yung accounting, or yung finance manager halimbawa, nasa kanya lang 'yon, no? Pero yung mga mid-level katulad ng mga salesperson, yung mga encoder, wala masyadong rights, no? Dun sa privileges ng system, no? So, itong isang inventory, ako swak na ako doon sa requirement natin, no, na achieve niyo naman yung ating requirement. Ang sinasabi ko lang ay yung best practice pag nagano tayo ng accounting, no? I-account mo kasi itong iyong inventory, kaya hindi masyadong maganda na merong portion ng delete. Now, kung gusto nyo meron pa ring delete at required siya, make sure yung user ay naka-admin, tapos yung admin ay yung mga level up na ng mga user tulad ng accountant or yung finance manager. Okay, Next, yun tayo dun sa, i-click mo nga yung katabi ni products na arrow. Pabalik. Ayan. Correct. Alright. So, isa pang magandang ano dito is you have the list, no? Yung list ng product nyo. Ito yung mga description. Maganda rin na dito sa mismong isang magandang feature lang ito, no? Dahil tinitingnan mo yung inventory, no? Meron ka bang mini-maintain, no? So isa pang magandang 'di ba meron kayong tatlong ano diyan, button. You have product stock, product variation, and product price. Pwedeng isama diyan yung maintaining, no? Maintaining number, no? Bakit may maintaining number? Kasi ito yung una muna, sagutin ko kung ano yung maintaining number. Usually, ang maintaining number ay depende kung gaano katagal ma-deliver yung kailangan nyo, no? Kung ang inyong kailangan na item ay inaabot ng 1 week, dapat within 1 week tatakbo pa rin yung inyong business at yon ang inyong maintaining inventory, no? So isang button maganda dyan kung merong maintaining inventory. Usually isang linggo yon at depende sa item. Kung meron kayong item na medyo matagal-tagal dumating, bilangin nyo, no? Kung halimbawa isang buwan siya bago dumating, dapat yung maintaining balance nyo ay isang buwan, no? Isang buwan na figures, no? Halimbawa, yung kape, no? Yung kape, pag naubos siya, pag ang delivery ay within 3 to 5 days, then dapat 3 to 5 days meron kayong stock na gagamitin bago mawala, no? Nagets nyo? Nagets nyo ba yung ano ko? So, para siyang...
Yes po, ma'am.
Para siyang... pag inabot na yung inventory nyo ng imbawa, ang maintaining balance nyo ay 10, no? Pag umabot na yung stock sa 10, merong mag-aano dyan, magbi-blink-blink, no? Sasabihin niya na umabot ka na doon sa maintaining balance. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Dapat nag-o-order ka na ng susunod. Nagets nyo? Nagets nyo?
Yes po.
Okay. So, yan yung magandang mga features ng inventory. Now, kung ang isa pang magandang feature, iisipin nyo rin, ano, kung halimbawang pagkain yan, isang another flagging, no, pag nag-flag is yung expiry, no? Kailangan naka-note dyan yung expiry para, halimbawa, bumili kayo ng ano ba yung nag-e-expire? Yeah, yung ano, yung milk na nakalagay dun sa carton na liquid. Mga full milk, no? May nakalagay na expiry doon, no? Kailangan i-note nyo yung expiry, lalo na kung nag-i-stock kayo ng inventory. Para yung inventory nyo hindi na papanis, no? So, if that's also one way na ipa-flag, no? Pwede nyo rin, halimbawa, meron kayo dyang nakasama dyan yung inventory ng yung tangke ng gas. Tangke ng gas. No? So, naka-note dyan na yan ay poisonous. Hindi poisonous. Hindi maganda yung term na poisonous. Ang term doon ay fragile. Ano nga yung kulay, ano, pagka hazardous. Ayan, hazardous. So, yung mga ganong term, no? Kung meron kayong chemical na binibili na hazardous, naka-note dyan, no? So, yan mga best practice yan para sa mga flagging, no? Ayan. Okay. Kung maiisip nyo yon, and then makakaisip kayo kung paano nyo gagawin yan dun sa ano, no? So, yun, mga best practice lang naman yung sinabi ko. But you're within point dun sa inyong requirement. Kaya, ayan. So, yun lang ang sa akin. No, yung mga kaklase nyo, meron ba kayong question para sa kanila? Sa presentation nila ng Group 5. Wala na? Okay, kung walang magtatanong, syempre may points yung magtatanong, no? Dapat nagtatanong kayo para may additional points kayo kasi discussion pa rin ito. Ayan. So, with that, congratulations, no? Group 5. At dahil dyan, meron tayong ayun.
Thank you so much po.
Thank you po, ma.
Okay. So, andyan na yung ating clapping. Yung ating greetings. Then, balikan ko yung ating interface. So, pwede nyo nang i-stop yung sharing. Ayan. Lagyan nyo naman ng reaction yung group 5. Ayan. Clapping. Ayan. Okay. Right. So, dahil tapos na si group 5, then group 4, magsimula ka nang mag-ready. At kung ready ka na, pwede ka nang mag-share.
Ma'am, excuse me po. Yung screenshot po.
Ay, oo nga pala. Sorry. Balik mo yung yung portion ng yung group members. Hindi ko pala nakuha. Buti na lang pinaalala mo. Salamat. Okay, sandali. Sandali, share mo yung PowerPoint. Ayan, okay? Mo, pangalan nito. Full screen. Ayan, okay. Sandali lang. Okay. Ayan, nakuha ko na yung screenshot. Alright, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you po.
Elia?
Permission to share screen po, ma'am.
Ha?
Permission to share screen po.
Okay, sige. Share screen na. Ayan. So, face detection system. Wow, face detection talaga ha. Tinangan natin. Sige. Okay.
Good afternoon, ma'am. We are once again team number 4 of Bsit 11N. And I'm Inigo Lacson, this team's project manager. And we are here to talk about the face detection system. Nakikita nyo naman po. Okay, present po natin. Ito pong program na to is an extension of our previous application. Kung matatandaan nyo po yung voting management system.
Yes.
It was said last time po na yung system po namin needs further kailangan pa improve. And we added a bit more security sa application natin. This past few weeks, we developed a system na sa tingin po namin na masasuffice po yung kakulangan na yan. And ito po, our next slide is si Carl with our application logo po.
So here is our logo. It is very modern and friendly. So our logo was made in Adobe Photoshop and it is designed by one of our group mates, which is me. Okay po, yun lang, and next slide po, which is the next reporter na.
Sino nagawa?
Ako po, ma'am.
Ano pa sabihin? Okay, sige.
And for our project scope naman po, first is to provide basic knowledge in creating a face detecting system to test this system in practical way. So our project po is the very basic of face detecting system since meron tayong mga ibang face detecting system na merong kasamang, like for example sa mga malls, na pati yung temperature na detect, and sa iba naman po is yung identity, ganyan, na-detect nila through face detecting system. So our project po is the very basic, which is only detecting face lang po talaga. Yun lang, na-detect lang po talaga niya yung face. So we wanted to have this project po as simple as possible since medyo marami din pong ginagawa, and also we wanted our project po to serve as the base project for future purposes po. So next is, what's the purpose of business? What's the purpose or business need for this project? As continuation to our voting management system, we tend to materialize these programs to create a face detecting voting system. So our first plan po sana is we wanted to associate this project with our past application po na nagginawa, which is the voting system. Pero po, medyo, baka medyo maging complicated siya. Kaya nakapag-decide po kami na magstay na lang dito as yun nga po sa face detecting system na lang po, which is the very basic. And also, we wanted din po kasi to provide nga the basics kung saan magsa-start, and also if merong if for example in future purposes ganyan po, magagamit namin tong project namin na to start up and to at least po meron na kaming basic knowledge about how to make face detecting voting system. Yun lang po. Next slide please.
Hello po.
Okay.
So, for our objectives po, so ito po, ayan po siya. For technical objective, we use Visual Studio Code, OpenCV, and machine learning for Cascade to build and to successfully run the program. So, ayan po yung ginamit namin. Schedule objective, be able to develop a working program in 2 months or within the provided time span. Our user Our user objectives is to find volunteers that will use the system. Satisfaction objective is to satisfy users and minimize errors or glitches in the system. Graphics objective to make the system work that will be easily accessible and understandable by the users. Next slide. And deliverables. So, what products or services or game will your project deliver? Name of the system completed and implemented. So, ayan, yung program, yung proposed system po na ginawa po namin ay yung face detecting system, and yung name po niya is face detection system. So, include client or user requirements. Who do you expect to use? Itemize the things your system can do, completed and implemented. So, the face detection system po can be accessed by users na mayroong fully functional camera sa devices nila and can access and understand the system's interface. So, in a single frame, the system po can detect a large number of faces. And napoprove din po niya yung legitimate face ng human being. So, yung system po namin, hindi po siya nag-accept ng invalid keys. And if yung device po ay walang camera, madedetect din po yun ng system. Next.
Hello.
Yes.
Good afternoon. For the success factors, our first success factors is satisfied users that will guarantee their privacy. Our project is mainly focusing on camera usage, which will be used to detect your face. When you are doing transactions such as bank withdrawals, CAPTCHA wherein the computer distinguishes computers to human using the face detection, and CCTV to detect faces. With modifications, the developers must ensure privacy of the users. For third parties might use their data and images. Second, when the device adopts the machine learning made by the previous creator, HAR Cascade. Machine learning is a type of artificial intelligence which allows the software applications to become more accurate at predicting outcomes. So one of our success factors includes the successful usage or adoption of the device being used. Next, met project objectives accomplished as declared in the previous slide. Objectives such as technical, schedule, user satisfaction, and graphics is what makes the whole project possible. Achieving all this is what makes the project successful. Next, possible investors that would want the idea of the project. As what my groupmate said, our project has so many possible usage. You can use it at ATM bank transactions, to check if the device user is human and not a robot that can spread malicious and illegal malwares and viruses, or even in our past voting management system, wherein it will check the number of people voting. People in the private sectors might want to check this out and make their own modifications. Last one but not the least, plan, schedule, and organize timetables. Accomplishing the whole project on time and settling all of the tasks before the deadline is what makes the presentation possible and successful.
And here are developers of FDS, Face Detection System. Me, myself, Inigo as a project manager. Next is our technical writer, Justin. Then next is our systems analyst, Maria and Carl. We also have our business analyst, Marcus and Ian. And of course, hindi mawawala yung programmers namin, sila Ian and Siron. Next up is, i-discuss namin if paano namin in-implement yung program namin.
So, ito naman ang aming implementation. So, ang aming task ay makapag-produce, design, at makapag-develop ng isang system na kailangan namin i-present today. And yung procedures naman ay yung nakalagay dyan, which is yung brainstorming, collaborate, make proposals, decide on final decisions, plan the outline, assign phase to specific tasks, program the application, and finalize the presentation. So ito naman ang aming ginamit na tools and technology para magawa yung code and this presentation. So Visual Studio Code, OpenCV, Machine Learning of R Cascade, GW, Stack Overflow, GitHub, Reddit, and Discord para sa tropa time. So, next slide naman ay i-represent ni Lian.
For our project schedule po, first is our project identification is noong July 13. Next is the project development noong July 23, which is we develop nga po yung project namin and ginawa namin yung kinode na po namin yung project namin and second po pala is yung project design, which is yun nga po, kinode na namin, and third is the project development, which is tinapos na po namin, finalize namin yung project namin, and also we designed our project for our final presentation, which is ngayon pong July 27. Yun lang po, next slide please.
So, ayun po. Proceed naman po tayo sa flowchart. The algorithm or flowchart proposed in this project process grayscale images to detect and recognize faces in real time with high accuracy. The implemented flowchart can be segmented or identified into 3 stages. Yung first stage po is faces and eyes detection. Second stage, facial images normalization and enhancement. And the last stage po is facial recognition and face sample collection. So, in stage 1 po, the detection of faces and eyes is done using 2 separate cascade classifiers. The first cascade classifier is for the face detection, and the second cascade classifier is for the eyes detection in the face. So, these cascade classifiers are powerful and helpful in improving the detection accuracy of the system. So, ito pong mga cascade classifiers na to, sila po yung tumutulong na makadetect ng face kahit na nakamask, nakakap, or nakashades po kayo. Yung next stages naman po, si Ian po ang magdi-discuss.
Hello po. So, in stage 2, faces detected in previous stage are normalized. It would mean that the information collected by the algorithm in stage 1 would be processed and normalized to a fixed size and orientation parameter para po maging uniform yung imaging na makuha ng program. Tapos gumagamit po siya ng modeling technique para mahanap yung best suitable model, which is a face po, or tapos pinaprioritize niya yun within the app. So, in this stage, the backgrounds are discarded, the contrast and lighting gets enhanced. Meaning lahat po ng nakikita sa camera na hindi mukha, dinidiscard lang po ni program. Tapos papasok po din si contrast and lighting for proper imaging and for accurate measurements, especially kapag ginamit nyo po yung app or program in a dark setting or madilim po, less lighting. Pero hindi niya na po siya makita within the app. Sa ano lang po, parang sa loob ng app. Yes. Thus, in stage 3, the algorithm tracks the differences of faces in detection windows. In the case of significant difference, the algorithm will recognize the face using PCA or Principal Component Analysis. Ano po siya? Parang machine learning siya, which is part of the app. And collect it to train the recognition algorithm further. So, with PCA, parang dinidisregard niya yung specifications sa isang mukha. Parang ano, uniform niya yung isang mukha. Parang ano, hindi siya nagpo-focus dun sa ano. Kunwari ano, hindi magkamukha. Okay lang sa PCA. Parang ano, inaaral niya na ano, mukha pa rin siya. So, meaning regardless kung ano yung itsura ng isang person, especially when it comes to the fact na iba-ibang structures ng ating mukha and features, basta recognize siya na isang mukha, may scan siya ni app, tapos itatrack na niya yung ano, yung face na nasa camera. Then, with the help of pre-processing and eye detection module, the method proposed in our project can operate more accurately regardless of the background. Bali, ginagawa ni pre-processing is ini-speed up niya yung detection process by pre-processing mismo yung features ng isang face. Yung features ng isang face, which is yung eyes, nose, lips, pisngi, ganun. Tapos para ma-disregard ka agad yung mga hindi nagde-describe as mukha doon sa camera. Tapos dito po ulit papasok si cascade classifier na ano sinabi ko kanina ni Sayron. In terms of eye detection module. Kaya pag kunwari may suot na eyewear yung subject like shades ganun, may facial recognition pa rin yung subject even though may obstruction like shades. Yes. Then the classifier predicts the other features of a face even if it is obstructed by anything like mask, ganun, anything that could obstruct the face. Pero as long as visible pa din yung ibang features na hinahanap ni facial recognition app. Thus, last, since our app focuses on face detection, maglulup lang po talaga siya ng maglulup for continuous updates na nakita nyo dun sa camera. Kaya wala po kayong makitang finish or end sa flowchart po. Yun lang. Thank you.
And next naman is our presentation of code to be led by Justin. Just stop screen now. Stop share now, Justin. Ikaw na.
Hello? Kinig ba ako?
Oo.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So, bali, good afternoon everyone. So, present na namin yung aming code, yung application. So, face detection using C++ and OpenCV. So, ilalunch lang natin. So, sa pagka-launch, ito yung lalabas, welcome to FDA, which stands for face detection application. Then, press enter to start. So, pagka-press ng enter, maglo-load yung app. So, bali, i-detect niya muna. Ayan. So, pagka-load na, ayan, nakakita niya yung mukha ko. So, mapapansin nyo is may drawing sa mukha na bilog. Ibig sabihin nun is na-detect yung mukha ko. So, ayan, sabi dyan is one face found. So, kuha tayo isang tao dito. So, a special guest po natin ngayon, guys, si Lenny Lobredo po. Ayan, participate po siya sa ating presentation. So, ayan po. So, kami dalawa na po ni Lenny. Bali, sasabihin po ng application na two-face found po. Tapos, siyempre, para maangas naman, yung presentation natin, magsasot ako ng shades. So, mapapansin nyo, detect pa rin ako kahit naka-shades ako. Tapos, siyempre, may COVID sa labas ngayon, so magsasot naman ako ng face mask. So, pag nagsot ako ng face mask, guys, wait lang.
Ano mangyayari?
So, pag nagsot ako ng face mask, guys, nadedetect niya pa rin ako na isa pa rin akong mukha.
Saan siya nagbe-base?
Tapos, pag nagbe-base po siya dun sa machine learning na ginawa ni Har Cascade po. Kaya nadedetect niya pa rin po yung kahit naka-shades and naka-mask po. Tapos pag kunwari mga hold up po ako, nakasot na po ng cap. Nakadetect niya pa rin po ako. One face count po. Tapos dahil nga sabi raw sa application namin is lang, ma'am. Na-detect niya raw, numerous spaces po. So, kuha tayo ng picture sa cellphone ko. So, ito po. 8. Ay! Ayan. So, ayan, detect niya po. So, ayan, sabi po ng computer na 6 na mukha raw po yung nadedetect. So, bali yun po yung application namin. So, pag i-exit naman po yung app, i-press lang po yung view. Ayan. So, ngayon para sa explanation, mabilisan. So, bali line 4 and 5, iOS stream, alam na natin yan, header for input and output. Windows H naman is for color, dun sa natin, ito, yung welcome to FDA. Next is itong OpenCV, ito yung library for OpenCV. Ito yung pinaka-importante dahil kung walang to, hindi gagana yung face detection. Next is using namespace para sa STD and CB. Next is itong si Cascade Classifier Face Cascade, ito yung machine learning. Next naman is dito sa line 20, ito naman group of line. Tapos dito, kung mapapansin nyo, 23, 24, nakalagay dito background gray. So, bali ang gagawin ng computer is i-grayscale niya yung screen para mas ma-detect niya ng maigi. Pero baka makikita nyo hindi na naka-grayscale sa akin. Pero dun sa mismo computer is naka-grayscale siya. Next naman dito sa 27, 28, dito naman yung madedetect yung mukha, multiple faces. Gagamit din to ng machine learning para for accuracy. Next naman, 930 for loop para numerous space. Yan. Tapos 33, 34, ito naman magdodrawing ng image sa mukha na bilog kung saan, ayan. So gumamit ng parang mga mathematics para naka-center yung mukha. Tapos ayan, ayusin yung yung color dito, tapos yung thickness. Ayan. Dito naman sa line 36 naman is yung put text naman. Ito naman kung ilan mukha yung nadedetect niya. Then 941 is application name. Yung makikita dun sa parang dito sa taas. Taas dito naman int main. Ayan. So welcome to FBA. And nirecycle namin siya. Tapos press enter to start. Pagka-press ng enter, ilo-load niya yan. So dito ilo-load niya yung pre-trained na hard cascade classifier na ginawa ni hard cascade. So ito yung machine learning. Then kapag hindi nag-load yung machine learning na yun, sasabihin niya could not load the classifier. Pero pag nag-load, sasabihin niya classifier loaded. Then dito naman sa line 78, sabihin niya lang dyan is pag nag-operate yung camera, sabihin niya pag nag-open video capture tapos mag-i-end yung program. Tapos pag gumagana yung camera, i-play na yung application. Tapos dito naman, for frame lang to. Pag walang na-detect ng frame yung application, sabihin no frame captured from camera. Tapos ayan, gagamitin na yung face detection. Then 998, press Q to exit. So ipapasa ko na ang mikropono sa tao na mag-i-explain ng reference list namin.
Okay, for the reference naman, which is yung first two, is yung Nielsen N, tsaka yung Knowledge Doctor. Diyan namin kinuha yung code para sa face detection and dun sa object detection, which is yung pinakita ni Sedi na glasses, face mask, tsaka yung cap. And next naman yung how to install OpenCV, yung pangatlo. Diyan namin inalam kung paano i-download yung OpenCV. So yung OpenCV, which is yung kailangan niya para gumana yung header and para yung face detection. Next naman yung GitHub, yung hard cascade, saka yung OpenCV tutorials. Pating last yung Jaiswal A. Diyan namin inalam yung information about doon sa code ng hard cascade and yung paano siya nag-work as a classifier used to identify faces dun sa image tsaka sa video na pinakita ni Sedi. And yun lang po para sa aming presentation. Thank you.
Okay. So,
wait lang
yes.
po. May additional na portion po kami.
Okay.
Alam naman po natin na this past week, super stressful na dahil po sa requirements. Pero don't worry guys, sa lapit na bakasyon. And just a small portion, pampatanggal lang ng stress. Naglayo yung group namin ng meme portion sa aming presentation. So ito siya. Yung unang meme. When your program is a complete mess, but it does its job. Then next
Ang
naman po
tanggal
is
ng
programmers
stress.
looking at programming. Humor based on my pain. Then next, my program works perfectly. Teens of the code, also my program. Well, I'm not doing it now. Gets nyo ba? Kasi gumana. Then next po is comments to describe the program. Wag daw yun. Comments to temporarily remove the part of the code. Yun dapat. Yun, input your height 172. Tapos sinabi lang nung command prompt na your height is 172. No need to take me. Ha ha ha. Yun lang po.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right, may question lang ako. So,
Yes
kung
po.
halimbawang gagamitin yung face
Hey,
detection,
po, ma'am.
halimbawa yun dun sa voter, voter registration dati, pwede bang ma-save yung image? Tapos, ililink siya dun sa user.
Yun pa po yung next part ng program namin. Since dito po sa ginawa namin is detection pa po siya. It was It was said earlier po, parang prerequisite po ito ng face verification system. Which is, magkakaroon po ng database wherein maglo-load po kami ng mga faces na pwede pag-aralan ng AI para ma-verify po niya na nasa system po yung tao na mag-a-access dun sa voting management system.
Pretty much
Yun
the
po.
same system na ginagamit dun sa mga records, no? Para ma-verify yung data at saka yung user. Kung sila ba talaga yon, no?
Yes
So, face yung ginamit nyo.
Opo.
Okay. So, pwede rin naman ng fingerprint. Less yung,
Opo,
less
biometrics
yung,
po.
yung mga lines. Pero ito kasi isang buong mukha. So, mas marami kayong pinipick up doon sa yung face detect, yung app na ginagamit nyo para ma-detect yung face.
Yes.
Okay. Ay, wala akong masyadong question kasi ang simple pero rock, o diba? Ayan. Okay, sige, good job. Sandali lang, ayan, total nandyan na yung inyong para makuha na ng screenshot. Okay, sandali. And, good. Okay, good job. Alright.
Thank you po.
Good job. Hindi kayo masyadong nahirapan, ha? Okay, lagyan natin ng clap. And there. Okay. So, meron tayong clap dyan. Clap naman sa mga grupo. Meron ba kayong gustong itanong sa grupo ni na Justine? Wala naman. Okay. Kung wala, edi let's move to the next. Next is group 1. Okay, group 1, ready na? Diba? Ang bilis. Wala masyadong tanong. Okay, good job. Attachment. Simple.
Ma'am, wait lang po. Share screen lang po.
Sige.
Nakikita na po ba?
Yes. Will be reservation. Naalala ko to. Ito yung bago dito. Ano? Sige, habang nire-ready nyo, sandali. Wiwiwi lang ako. Ano? Lalabas ka? Lalabas ka ba?
Hello, naririnig niyo po ako, ma'am?
Yes.
So, good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, classmates. Today we are going to present our finals project for this semester, which is a newly modified version of our old movie reservation application. Our old program was simple, which allowed the user to choose a movie for reservation as well as snacks. It calculated the total cost of the reservation, which is printed on the receipt that we put on our program. We were given a choice to make a new complex program or modify our midterms project to make it more complex, and that would serve as our finals. Me and my groupmates have decided to upgrade our simple program to make it complex. In this newly modified version of our application, we have added new features and functions for the users. These features include the following: use of graphics for the visual side of our program, a login system, an option to choose a cinema branch, the addition of popcorn on the food menu as per requested by our professor, and lastly, overall design and flow as well as fixing old bugs that existed in the pre-modified version of our application.
Ano nangyari? Sino nang magana nito?
Hello? Rinig po ba?
Yes.
Okay. So, our project scope. The Cine Hub is a movie reservation and snack availment system. Cine Hub is a streamlined service that allows individuals to book movie tickets online. You may locate it on the internet or install it on your mobile phone or other device. Cine Hub is an online reservation system and a software solution that allows clients to book reservations or appointments online via a company's website or app, rather than over the phone or in person. This app is designed for everyone who enjoys seeing movies in cinemas or theaters. This app allows users to have easy, functional access to information, products, services, and processes that they need in real time, and they're optimized for hands-on interaction. The purpose of this app is to make purchasing cinema tickets more convenient. This program allows you to not only reserve movies but also order food. There's no need to stand in line at the movies to buy a ticket or food. After you've reserved your seat and ordered your meal, you can sit back and enjoy. The app's goal is to make it easier for customers to reserve a movie of their choosing without having to go to the theater before the movie starts. Our objectives. The technical objective will be to provide an application that helps ease the flow of watching for entertainment. Our schedule objective is to produce a working application within the given time objective. Proceeding sa flowchart. Almost same lang po nung flowchart nung namin. Last presentation po. Ang nadagdag lang po sa features namin is login system. And after nung login system, magde-declare po siya ng variable. Magde-declare po siya ng variable para po sa mga information. And ayun po, magkakaroon po siya ng switch case statement para po i-identify if student or senior citizen or adult yung customer. Then magpo-proceed po siya after nun sa pagpili ng movie, which is ito pong switch case statement na to.
Tapos mga ng konti. Makita natin. So ito yung position ng position ng seats. Tama ba?
Ano po? Ayun po yung switch case statement po para sa mga movies.
Okay.
Bale, ayun po yung pipili nung kung anong movie po yung pinipili ng customer.
Understand. Sige.
After po nun, magpo-proceed po siya sa availment ng snack system po namin, which is another switch case statement po para po pumili nung ayun po yung mga food na
available dun sa snack.
available po. Yes po. Tapos after po nun, sa last po is printing the receipt.
Okay.
And after that, tapos na po yung program.
Alright. Thank you.
Moving forward with the deliverables, included po sa features namin ay yung booking of tickets, purchasing of snacks, an interactive interface, and of course all-in-one po na yan sa app namin. Ang expected po to use is the film producers, theaters and cinemas, and the consumers. So sa success factors naman po, the key to our success. The factors for our success will be the satisfaction of our clients and consumers, while also fulfilling our objectives as mentioned from the previous slides. Moving forward to the introduction of our team, we have Butch Kabading as project manager, me as the technical writer, Johnny Mark Fabriag and Lester B. Watson as system analyst, John Lloyd Dugo as analyst, and Ashley Sampaga and Reynaldo Bailon Jr. as our programmer. Our task is to produce, design, develop, and present a working application. The procedure used is Agile methodology, using tools such as Dev C++ and code blocks, and Scrum as our project change control process. Project schedule and milestones. The project was identified in May 21st of 2022, designed in July 1, developed in July 10, and is being presented today, July 27. So our application will be presented by our project manager, Butch Kabading. Butch, pwede ka na mag-present.
So allow me to share my screen.
Okay.
X ka muna ng screen. So first of all po, so we've made a simple graphics po presenting our introduction po. Wherein ipe-present po natin yung CineHub and i-welcome po nila yung customer. So allow me to run this program. So wait lang po sa final.
Ikaw pa rin pa.
So this will be the welcoming introduction po of our project, which is Welcome to CineHub. So nasa center po yan actually. Then yung makikita nyo pong CineHub sideways and upward downward po, yun po yung extra po na makikita nyo po sa welcoming introduction po ng project namin. So allow me to discuss this this code po. So first of all po, we've used hashtag include graphics po to show graphics nga po. Then we use also stdlib.h for colors. Then conyo.h po for additional function po na kailangan po sa program. Then yung dos.h po. So first we've used an G driver po and detect, which is yung magde-detect po ng graphics, then yung G mode. So this meron po tayong comment dito, which is yung mode used for display po. Then init graph, then may may pointer po tayo dito na G driver and G mode, and also we've used this quotation po para po ma-formulate po yung graphics na gagawin po natin. So, ang comment po dito is initializes the graphics system by loading a graphics driver po. So, for this part po, wherein we've used for condition statement po, which is yung int I is equals to 1, then I is less than 450, then I++ po. So, ito po yung condition statement na maglilimit po ng movement. Yung nakikita nyo pong paggalaw kanina ng graphics po, siya po yung mag-identify ng limit. Then yung clear device naman po, this will clear the unnecessary background on the text po. So set text style po, ito po yung maglalagay po ng format, then maglalagay po ng color and yung positioning po ng nung sa text po. So move to, so ito po yung kung saan po located yung text, kung nasa center po ba siya, depending po kung anong size or kung ano po yung value ng XY po na nilagay nyo. Then set color po, ito po yung mag-identify ng color, which is blue po yung sinet. So out text po, ito po yung mag-output ng text po na nakalagay doon. So kung makikita nyo po kanina, may nakalagay po doon na welcome to, then CineHub. So paulit-ulit lang po yun. Yes po. Bali, for the movement naman po. So kung may mapapansin nyo po, yung move to 200 plus 150 po dito, may kaibahan po siya sa move to 250 tas may plus iPod then 200 po dito. So yung plus po na to, ito po yung mag-identify kung upward, downward, sideward, or left or right po yung movement ng program or ng graphics po na yan. So 250 plus I. So ito po yung mag-identify na upward po yung movement. Then ito pong move to 250, 200 wherein yung plus niya po nakalagay po sa 200. Ito na po yung mag-identify ng movement ng graphics pababa naman po. So dito naman po sa move to 250 minus I po. So siya naman po yung mag-identify ng movement po ng graphics wherein pa right side po. Then yung isa naman po is yung pa left side which is yung 250 pag nandito naman po siya. So move to, ito po yung pinaka-center po. Then delay po, ito po yung mag-identify po kung gaano po katagal yung program na mag-delay po or mag-identify po siya ng delay animation po ng program, ng graphics po natin. So close graph, ito na po yung final wherein i-close nyo na po yung graph automatically po after ma-execute po yung program. So may question po. So allow me to present naman po itong main program po na ginawa namin. Run ko lang po yung program. Ayan, so X ko lang po ito kasi ano lang po yan. Ayan, so dito na po siya. Okay lang po ng text. So, first and for all po, so kung makikita po natin or kung maalala po natin sa flowchart, nakalagay po dun yung login system. So, wherein first, you have to create your account or to register po before you log in. So, allow me to register first po. So, lalagay ko na lang po yung name po. Then, input password. So, yung sa password po namin, nakaset po siya only sa integer. So, hindi po kayo allowed mag-enter ng character or string po sa program. We're in purely number lang po. Yan, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then dito po sa program, mag-a-ask po si system na mag-re-enter po ng password for verification po na tama po yung password or sure na po kayo sa password na nilagay nyo. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So after that, malalagay po yung successfully registered, indicating na successful po yung registration na ginawa ninyo. So for the login part po, ilalagay nyo lang po yung information na nilagay nyo nung nauna. So ayan po yung username na nilagay ko. Then yung password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if I'm not mistaken. And so successfully log in. Then dito na po sa part na to, ito na po yung sa selection of cinema branches wherein we've thinking po na since ito pong system namin is pwede po siya ma-distribute sa iba't ibang lugar po. So we've think na pwede po namin lagyan ng branches po para po ma-highlight yung mga location po ng available cinemas po na hindi lang po siya sa isang place or venue po na malolocate. So pwede po siya sa iba't iba such as yung SM City Santa Mesa, SM Mega Mall, so etc. po. So ano po, ilalagay ko na lang po dito yung sa SM City Santa Mesa. So for confirmation po, dito po lalabas kung magpo-proceed, kung gusto mo pong mag-proceed or kung tama po ba yung choices na nalagay nyo, which is yung branch po ng SM Santa Mesa po yung gusto nyo pilihan. So yes. So ayan, so after po nun, so lalagay na po yung ticketing wherein dito po i-ask po yung name ng customer po for information purposes po. So lalagay ko na lang po yung name ko, then yung age. So dito na po sa part na to, yung tulad po dati, lalagay po natin kung yes po, yung sa discount po, kung ano po yung so student po yung lalagay ko. So ayan po, may note po na lalabas dyan na ayan po yung nakasulat, free student, 30% discount on NV. Yes po ma'am, naka-program po. Pero depende pa rin po since ano lang naman po to. Hindi po siya actual na ano pa. Depende pa rin po dun sa may store cinema po. Kung ilang percent or kung gusto po nila lagyan ng discount yung
sa Makati,
ano naman po.
Sa Makati, yung senior citizen, kung taga Makati, libre ang sine. Yun ang alam ko.
Sana all po, charot. So wish to proceed po, so yes po yung ilalagay natin. So dito na po lalabas yung movies, wherein makikita po natin yung title movies. So lalabas po dyan lahat ng available movies, including po yung prices. So ang pipiliin ko po yung gusto kong panoorin is yung Doctor Strange po. So 0. So wish to proceed daw po. So your chosen movie is titled Doctor Strange in Multi-Universe. So yes. Then lalabas po dyan yung MTRCB rating po. So ang MTRCB rating po, ito po yung magsasabi kung allow po yung isang tao na panoorin or akma po ba sa age niya na panoorin yung isang movie. Wherein may mga movies po na yung content is hindi po applicable, lalo na po sa mga bata. So kasi meron pong tema, lengguwahe, karahasan, sexual, horror, or droga po. So ayan po yung MTRCB rating. So ang nakalagay po dito, customers age 19. So movies suitable for the age of customer po. So nag-aas po yung system kung ilang ticket po yung i-avail po ng user. So halimbawa, dalawa po kayong manonood. So 2. Then, would you like to avail movie snacks? So itatanong po ng system yun, yes. Then lalabas po yung menu. So as you can see po, or kung natatandaan nyo po yung menu po namin is yung presentation niya po is downward and hindi po siya naka-align or hindi po siya maayos na pagkakagawa. Wherein binago po namin and minodify para hindi po mahirap mag-backread po yung
Expand mo nga
yung
para,
user.
Para makita natin po. Yeah, baba mo yun.
Ay, hindi po siya.
Tama, baba mo yun. Yan.
Hindi po siya na-expand. Yung ano po mismo.
Walang araw sa baba?
Wala po.
Oo nga, no? Bakit ka na? Okay. Sige.
Ayan, so menu po. So makikita po yung snacks, drinks menu. So add-ons and dessert. So ito lang po yung dinagdag namin, which is yung popcorn po na pre-requested nyo po. So tama nga naman po na hindi po kompleto yung isang movie kung wala pong popcorn. So enter your order. So halimbawa po nag-order po ako ng popcorn, then yes. Sir, enter the quantity of popcorn po. Halimbawa po, dalawa po, tig-isa po kami. Then your total purchase is 884.8 pesos. So please enter your payment. For example, I have 1,000 po na ibabayad po. Then, so enter po. So, Cinehub, tas generating receipt, please wait. So, may countdown po to na 10 seconds delay po para hindi naman po bigla na nag-present po yung receipt po natin. So, receipt generated after 10 seconds. Then, ito na po yung official receipt po na marireceive po ng user after po niya mag-register and after niya po mag-fill up or magsagot po sa mga hinihingi po na information. So, cash receipt, so customer, name ko po, then location, SM Santa Mesa, movie, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, then ticket price is 350. So, foods bot po. So, dalawa po yung So, yung ticket po natin na kinuha, as you remember po, dalawa po yung ticket na kinuha ko po and yung pagkain is dalawa po. So, and po, lalabas po dyan yung total value which is yung 884. Then, included pa rin po syempre yung VAT. Syempre po, tayo is marami ng responsibilidad, di lang po yung mga matatanda or ano po. Syempre yung mga kabataan din po na nag-avail ng services is may tax po na included. So nagbabayad na rin po ng tax. So cash po is 1,000, then change is 115.2. So please keep this receipt, thank you and come again. So Cinehub Incorporation. So yun lang po yung sa program po namin. Thank you po.
Na-try nyo bang i-print yan?
Hindi pa po kasi siya connected, ma'am, sa ano. Bali, wina-work on pa po namin na available po siya yung parang sa resibo po ng mga store po. Yung may parang device po sila. Then maglalabas po ng receipt. Bali, working in progress po. Yes po, ma'am.
Half-wise?
Po. Half-wise po siya. Bali maganda rin po yun kung official na po na halimbawa po may bibili po ng program. Bali sila na po siguro or tutulong po kami mag-assist sa pag-connect po nun sa device na ano po nila na gagamitin po nila sa pag-print po ng receipt.
Naisip nyo na ba kung paano nyo gagawin yan online?
Actually po since online naman po to, bali hindi na po talaga totally required po pumunta si customer po sa mga para po magpabook. So parang ito na lang po yung ipapakita niya pong evidence po sa parang cashier po dun sa store na gusto niyang anuhan. Then doon na rin po siya siguro magbabayad po ng payment. Then makikita naman na rin po yung change doon para dire-diretso na po yung transition and hindi na po mapatagal sa pila po. Wherein may mga movies po kasi na parang may specific time po ng pag-play, so para hindi na rin po ma-delay yung mga user po and diretso pasok na rin po sila sa sinehan po.
So, isa pang tanong, last na lang na tanong. So, nag-generate ka ng receipt, nagbayad ka, saan ka nagbayad? Paano ginawa yung payment dyan? Magpe-pay siya pagdating sa sinehan or magbabayad ka ng halimbawa GCash, ganon?
Actually po, pwede po siya magbayad through counter po or pwede rin po siya magbayad through online po. Wherein may option po na parang gagawin po kami na kung saan mamimili po siya ng section po kung GCash, PayMaya or bank transfer po. Then kung na po, on counter po yung payment ng pagbabayad niya po.
Right. So ang next nito ay kung paano babayaran.
Yes po ma'am, bali doon depend. Yes po. Kasi nakadepende pa rin naman po yun sa may sini po, kung sino po yung bibili ng program namin, kung mag-aalaw po siya ng e-payment po or hindi po, kasi sila naman po yung magdidictate po nun since business po nila yung maano po ng program.
Itong resibo na to, anong output nito? Text file or PDF?
Text file po siya. Yes.
Mababa lang yung niya, requirement, space requirement. Hindi kayo gumamit ng database, ano?
Hindi pa po totally kasi
Is lang yan. Hindi man kailangan ng Okay. Alright, so yun lang ang tanong ko. May tanong ba kayo sa group ni Tina Butch?
Thank you po.
May tanong? Nang gusto magtanong? Okay, so dahil dyan, meron kayong class.
Ano lang po, dagdag ko lang sa nilagyan system. Baka nahihiwagaan po sila. Run ko lang po ulit. Kung ano po mangyayari kapag mali po yung password na na-enter or mismatch po yung sa password tas re-enter password. Fix ko lang po to ulit. So, halimbawa po sa username po, naglagay po tayo. Yung ulitin ko na lang po. Then, password, wherein accidentally po na mismatch po yung password na nalagay. So, password does not match, please try again. Then, automatically na po mag-exit po yung program. Then, pag niran ko po ulit, kapag mali naman po yung password na nailagay, then sa login, pakita ko lang po.
Hanggang ilan ang tries mo?
Actually po isa lang po talaga kasi after po ng isang transaction automatic na po magko-close, then kailangan po i-run ulit po yung program para po mag-start po ng another transaction po. So, lagay ko lang po ulit 1234 1234 then successfully registered. So example po, so mali po yung password na nalagay ko, so please check your password, thank you. So yan po yung mali, ibig sabihin po nun mali po yung password na nalagay, then magpo-close po yung program. So i-explain ko lang po yung code namin ng mabilisan. So include IO stream po, Windows H string, and F stream po yung header po na ginamit namin. So we've used F stream po kasi may mga file po kami na kinuha such as yung register.txt. So using namespace std po. So una gumamit po kami ng class. Ito po yung sa login system. So program for login and registration. Then we've used public po also, setting the variables to public para po ma-access pa rin po sa mga susunod pa po na code or upcoming program po. Then string tabs, so ito po yung mag-ano ng formatting na po ng namin para maayos po yung visualization pag niran po yung program. So void registration, string line, fstream. So ito po yung in-insert namin na file register.txt. Kung makikita nyo po kanina yung header po na register, so pakita ko lang po. Open ko lang po ito, tapos search ko yung register. Okay. Wait lang. Ayan, register.txt po. Open ko lang. So ito po yung makikita nyo po nun kanina, yung sa may format po ng register. Ito po yung nakasulat. Register na. Ayan, so next po. Ayan, so while get plan, so ito na po yung sa may register nga po. Then close, then ito na po yung sa may log register po. Username, tas user ID, tab, password R po, nag-indicate po ako ng password R para ma-highlight po na ito po yung password na for registration po. Then ito naman po yung re-enter password, RPass po, para ma-highlight po na re-enter password po yun, yung ginamit. Then meron po akong condition dito wherein yung password R is equal to RPass po, wherein si out tab, so system color, ito po yung color na nakita nyo po kanina. Bali ito pong if statement po na to, kapag parehas daw po yung password R and RPass, yung nakita nyo po kanina na password and re-enter password, pag nag-match po yun, lalabas po yung successfully registered, while kapag hindi naman po yung nag-match, so password does not match, please try again, so sleep X, so mag-exit po yung program namin. So may exit function. Then for the login naman po, so same lang din po sa nauna. So username, so we also use po yung login.txt. So in-insert po namin tong file na to sa program namin. Pakita ko lang din po. Login text. So ito po yung nakita niyo po kanina na header po dun sa na format po ng login na nakalagay po sa program. Login. Yan, so login po. Then username po, so pina-enter lang po yung user ID login, then yung password for login. Then meron pong condition dito na yung if user ID R po does not match yung user ID L, so maglalabas po yun ng invalid username since mismatch po yung nalagay na user ID ng registration tas user ID login po, so hindi po siya tatanggapin ng program kasi magkaiba po siya, so parang wala po siyang nakilalang gano'n na user ID na in-input po. Then same goes po dito sa password R and password login po, kailangan po match din po yung nilagay ng password registration and password login po para mag-successfully login, otherwise po maglalabas po yung program po ng please check your password, thank you. So gumamit din po kami ng console design po para po mas mapaganda po yung sa program po namin, hindi po siya napaka plain na input output po nung mga text. Instead of sa compiler sa Excel lang po, parang gumawa na po kami nung mismong format po niya wherein naka-set po siya sa Cinehub po. Cinehub po yung pangalan ng program. So kinall po namin yung login system using yung class, then yung yung object po na log. Gumamit po kami ng object na log. So calling for the class. Then log.registration. Kung matatandaan po natin yung dot po, ito po yung ginamit po na pang-call din po sa sa structure po. So log.registration. So in-access po yung registration. Then log.login, in-access po yung login. So ito na po yung sa may mga presenting all variables po na ginamit namin. So meron po tayong mga string, int, float, double, char na ginamit. Then ito na po yung mga list po na ginamit. Apo, nag-see out po para ma-output po yung mga list ng cinema branches po. Then ito po yung sa may condition po kung gusto mo mag-proceed or not po. Then as well as ayun po yung sa ticketing text. So nilagay din po namin sa may ticketing text. Ito po. So ticketing text, ito po yung nakalagay dun po kanina, nakita po natin na ticketing sa may program po. So ayan po, in-input po namin. So name of customer, and ito na po yung succeeding part na hiningi na po yung mga information po ng user, then as well as yung mga output po ng mga discount. Yan. So makikita na po natin then yung yung if magpo-proceed po or not. Then movies, so pakita ko rin po yung movies. And ito po yung sa may movies po namin. So yan po yung movies. Then ayan, so maglilist po lahat ng available movies including po yung prices. Then gumamit po kami ng string move title po. So ito po para po ma-output po namin later on po yung mga movie na available po or yung movie list po. Kasi pag di po kami gumamit nito, hindi po namin mapapalabas yung movie title po na in-avail ng user. So, proceed po dyan. So, proceed po ulit. Then, MTRCB rating. Ito na po yung sinasabi ko kanina. Wherein kapag hindi po nag-match po and if age is less than 18, sorry but this movie is not suitable for the age of customer. Else, kapag above 18 po, movie is suitable for the age of customer. So, switch move number. So, ito na po yung computation po ng overall namin. So, sa movie, ito na po yung lalabas yung computation wherein may ticket price, may VAT, may total VAT po. So, yung total VAT, ito na po yung combination po ng VAT times yung ilang ticket po yung in-avail. So, ticket price, so ito na po yung overall computation po kung magkano po yung gastos po sa ticket kasama including yung VAT po, yung total VAT po. So, and po, paulit-ulit na lang po siya. Bali naka-fix na po yan per movie title. Naka-fix na po yung price and also yung computation po. So, proceed na po tayo dito sa snacks. So, ayun po, kung magtataka kayo bakit naging ganun po yung output po. Hindi na po namin siya in-enter po na wherein pababa po siya. Gumamit na po kami ng mga tab para lang po ma-separate po yung program namin. And so, kung makikita niyo po sa program. Ayan. So, including din po yung prices, tas yung name po ng snack na available. Including yung drinks, etc. Then, ito po yung string snacks para rin po ma-call namin yung stock na in-avail po ng user. So, ito na po yung computation sa prices po, including po yung VAT din, yung snack price. So, ayan po siya. Yung mga cases po na nakita po kanina sa flowchart na pagkarami-rami po. Ayan po. Then, ito na po yung sa may payment method or sa overall computation po, including the payment and change. So, yung total VAT, so ayan po, then total amount, then your total purchase is yung total amount po. So, please enter your payment. So, mayroon po kaming input na payment, then yung change po is equals to payment minus total amount. So, may slave function po, then system CLS, and yung color, and so kung magtataka po kayo kanina bakit meron pong countdown po ng generating receipt po dahil po yun dito. We're in generating receipt, please wait, then see out 10. Naglagay po ako ng slip function po na 1. So slip 1. So ano po yung pinagkaiba niya sa slip na malaki, yung S, then sa slip na maliit yung S. So sa slip na maliit po yung S, ang purpose po nito, ito po yung parang nanoseconds po. So we're in, ang definition po netong 500 po dito, hindi 500 seconds, kundi 500 nanoseconds po. So, we're in dito naman po sa slip na malit po yung S. Ang definition or ang 1 po dito is 1 second po talaga, and hindi 1 nanosecond po. So, 10, slip 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, then receipt generated po. So, cash receipt po. So, dito na po yung nag-print na po yung yung mga purchases po ng user. So, customer F name, first name, then surname, then branch name, then movie number, yung ticket price na original snack price quantity, then as well as po yung computation sa VAT, sa change, and sa cash po na binayad ng customer. So, please keep this receipt. Thank you and come again. So, yun lang po yung over explanation po ng program. Thank you po.
Okay. So, meron ba kayong question para sa grupo ni na Justin? Correct, no? Kina Justin to. Ayan.
Kila Butch po.
Kina Butch. Sorry. Kina Butch pala. Wala naman. Balik nga tayo. Buksan mo nga ulit yung So, dito sa nyo,
ako po, ma'am,
hindi nakalagay yung position nung nung available na seat.
Ang po namin is inalis po namin yun. We're in sa naunang program po. Parang nandun po siya naka-highlight. Pero dito po sa newly program po namin, since ito na po yung parang ipapakita po namin sa mga investor po na want mag-avail po ng system namin. So, ang purpose po nun is para sa benefit din po ng user wherein ang purpose po nun is first come first serve basis po. Kung sino po yung mauuna po sa movie stall po, sila po yung makakapili or mas pabor po sa kanila yung seat na available po. Wherein parang masyado naman pong kasi may mga times po na kinakancel po yung seat or kinakancel po yung movie reservation po para maiwasan din po yun and hindi po masayang po yung other seat po na pwede sanang ma-avail po ng ibang user.
Get ko na yung no. So, pagdating niya doon, tapos nagbayad siya, pwede siyang mag-assign ng seat, correct?
Yes po, ma'am.
Pag ang pupuntahan na lang nila yung assignment na seat dahil at saka bayad, kapagbayad ng
Yes po, ma'am.
Kasi parang pinaka-updated, no?
Opo.
Actually, pwede rin naman na oo, tama rin kasi dati gumamit ako ng yung sa Robinson. Bumili lang ako ng movie ticket, tapos nagbayad ako through GCash, tapos pagdating doon sa nila, sa dulo nung app, may note doon na you have to present this ticket for the assignment of seat, parang ganun, yun yung naalala ko.
Yes po.
Ganun. So ganun din yung procedure nyo.
Yes po. Para na rin po maiwasan yung mga scammer po na magkunwari po mag-a-avail ng ticket and later on po at the end of the day is hindi po tutuloy po sa.
Okay. So patingin nga nung output na resibo ulit.
Wait, run ko lang po yung program.
Siguro maganda yung dulo noon. Nakalagay dyan, yung please keep this receipt. Nasa dulo yan, di ba?
Yes po, ma'am. Nasa dulo.
Bago yung thank you come again, doon sa ilalim nung please keep this receipt, present this for the assignment of seats in the movie. Parang ganun. Maglagay kayo ng note na ganun.
Yes po.
Kasi nakalagay lang dyan, sige, ibaba mo yung inaanong dyan, nilalagin mo para makita natin yung yung code.
Yung code po ba yung titignan or yung sa resibo?
Hindi, habang ginagawa mo yan, iangat mo lang kasi andyan na sa baba, nasa dulo na yung mo code mo. Ayan. Sige. Nakita ko na. Sige, diretso mo yan. Para makakreate ka ng resibo.
Bali, ayan po yung sa countdown na part. Ayan po, lalabas po yung receipt generated and cash receipt. Ayan po yung nakalagay na please keep this receipt, thank you and come again.
So, dyan sa ilalim niyang please keep this receipt, sa ilalim, maglagay kayo ng note na present this for the assignment of seats.
Sige po, nalagyan ko
for
po.
payment, parang ganun.
Sige po.
Yun lang naman ang ko. So, kompleto na siya. Pwede nyo na ibenta yan.
Bali,
meron na ba kayong customer?
Actually, wala pa po.
Naalala ko yung project na ginawa ng estudyante ko sa C Sharp, no? Gumawa sila ng inventory system. Meron nang nakaabang na kliyente magbabayad. Pero mura lang yung bayad sa kanila kasi yan gawa ng bata.
Yes po.
Okay. Good job. Ayan. So, dahil
Thank you
dyan, wala naman. O baka may question sa mga klase ninyo? Sino ang magko-question?
Bali, ipe-present lang po namin ulit yung list po ng names para ma-screenshot po.
Okay, and lang. Sana yung interface. Okay, ito na yung nila. Sadali lang kukunan ko lang ng screenshot. Okay, good na. Salamat. And then, maglagay naman tayo ng reaction dyan. Ayan, lagyan natin ng clap, clap, clap. At, ayan mga kaklase mo. Nag-react na sila kanina. May heart, heart sila kanina dun sa yan. Okay. Alright, thank you. Good job. Yung grupo ninyo, group 1. O, sunod na si group 3.
Thank you po, ma'am.
Good job, good job. Pwede nang ibenta.
First screen lang po, ma'am.
Okay. Group 3.
Kita na po, ma'am.
Dumating na yung kulang?
Wala po.
Hindi siya talaga dadating. Sige. At,
wala daw po siya data, ma'am.
Data. Wawa naman. Okay. Sige. Start na.
So, a pleasant afternoon po to everyone. We are the Group 3 and we are here to exhibit our improved application. So if you guys remember last time, we presented student record management system and we chose to stay committed on that application, but we improved it and modified it into a complex one. So let's start in its name. So my group mates and I have decided to give it a name just to add a little bit of a spice. So upgrade, since the application system itself contains the overall student's data and information that can be updated by the faculty or school administrators, and it also consisted their grades itself that could be presented to them on their login, which we're going to talk about later. So for our project description, the concept behind the student record management is based on keeping track of the student information. And in this new and improved student record management system, each feature has a function call. And each operation opens the database file and displays, delete, and searches data from it. Hindi po ba ako narinig kanina?
Okay naman.
Dinig ka.
Thank you po. I thought na-off ko yung mic. Sige po. So,
Wait, na-off mo ulit mic mo.
Sorry. So for our project scope, the things that you need to know is the student record management system project that allows users to perform registry in which you could create your... Wait. So sorry. So for the project scope, the things that you need to know is this is a student record management system project which allows the users to perform registry in which you could create your own account and which lead you eventually to perform login actions, create, access, update, and revoke a student records. It takes advantage of file management and exhibits the class and object of the programming language, and it is incredibly efficient and easy to grasp for absolute beginners. And this is a complex C++ project created as a console program with no graphical capabilities. And the system keeps track of students' enrollment in courses and the status of their studies, whether they pass or fail. Because the data is kept centrally, the application is dispersed, and the actual system would be service-oriented with part of its functionality exposed as a collection of services that other applications might use. So the Student Record Management System project and C++ is can be accessed by the students, academic staff, and administrators across a school or university.
So our technical objective is Dev C++ to be able to fully design and implement a student report card management system project in C++ language. And schedule's objective is within the semester be able to produce a working system. Next slide, please.
Next is we'll now discuss about the two types of deliverables that our group used for this project. First is the internal deliverables, wherein this type of deliverables refers to what our group had personally accomplished in order to make this project possible. First is we initialize system code in a C++ format. Then next is we tested and debugged the system code to check if there are any errors. Then after we fix these errors is we finalize the code for this project. Next is we make this project as an executable file. Then after creating the system, we prepared documentation regarding on our project. Then next is we also created a flowchart that shows the full functionality of our project. And lastly, we created a logo that will symbolize or will represent our project. Next slide, please. Then next is we will now tackle the second type of deliverables, which is the external deliverables, where unlike the internal, it refers to what our project can offer to its user or client. The first one is the project does what it is meant to be, which is technically managing students' report cards, where it offers privacy and security to, not just for the user but also for the program itself through the use of an account with a password that allows various functions depending on the user, where the instructor or teacher has more access to these functions than the students. The next is it enables us to see the results. Ay, pakibalik ko. Thank you. Next is it is enable us to see the results or whether if a students have a pass or failed remark. Then next is the program is created as an executable file to provide an easy access to the user. Then lastly, it has a logout module where the user can now just log out without the hassle of exiting or terminating the program to just open it again if the user is not done on using the program.
So for the flowchart of our system, halos same lang po nung previous flowchart because we just upgrade and modify our previous program. But instead of being directly go to the main menu function of our system, by calling void inter function, it will continue to display the login page. Then after that, we have four options where you can log in, register, forgot password, and exit or terminate the program. Before we explain about the login option, I'll explain first the register option. This is where you can or will create an account and it will be back into login page after successfully registering. Third option is for the forgot password, where there is two cases to search ID username or return to login page. Next slide, please. Then, going back to the first option, which is the login function, ito po yung new feature in our system na the system will ask the user to pick between if they are a student or a faculty member. Then if else if statements were used po instead of switch cases in this part of the code. If the user is a student and after entering username and password, the three functions can be used are view report card, result, or about scholastic awards, passing or failing the grade level, and log out option. Then enter student number roll lang po to see the specific report card or result. Then for the faculty members, the same process where you need to enter the username and password. But after that, the system will ask a code for security purposes po. It will continue to display the main page if the user successfully entered the code. Then main page have three options. First for the main menu, second for logout, and third for exit. Main menu option is the same function we showed last midterms po. So, di ko na po siya as in i-detailed explain. Then, other two options din po which is log out is yung para po hindi po lagi nire-restart yung program. Eh, kung natapos na po gamitin yung isang option. Then, exit po is for terminating the program lang po. So, we will proceed to the next slides for the project team roles, implementation, and schedule. Thank you.
For project team roles and responsibilities, we have Pedro Eric Dobrel as project manager, Misa Juliana as technical writer, Delian Alec and Bia Kenneth Bryan as system analyst, Sir Daniel Teros as technical architect, Custodio Mac as business analyst, Sodoy Jaya as programmer 1, and Villanueva Lance Gian as programmer 2. Next po. Proceeding to implementation, we have task for activities, task for the system, design, development, and presentation. For procedures, we have agile methodology Scrum. For tools or technology, we use C++. And for project change control process, we have Scrum using iteration. Next po. For the project schedule and milestone, project identification started on July 11, 2022, and on July 12, 2022, we implemented the project design. In project development, our programmers started coding on July 15 to 24, 2022. Lastly, for the project presentation, July 7, 2022, which is today. Lance and JR would be sharing the code and the program po.
Okay.
Shared screen lang po ako. Nakikita na po ba?
Yes.
Yeah.
So ito po yung program namin without further ado. And execute na po.
Yes, start na.
Ito po. As the program executed, mapupunta po tayo sa introduction page which is welcome. Then enter educate to continue. Yan. Ito po yung new feature wherein pwede po siyang mag-login, register, forgot password, or terminate the program. So, mag-register po muna tayo. Your username. Yan po, registration complete na po. So yung ginawa ko pong registration, halimbawa po muna, ito po muna ang unang example ko is for faculty members. Tapos login po, ayan po. Tapos pipili po tayo kung anong choice po natin, kung students or faculty. So dahil faculty po yung ni-register natin, let's choose faculty, then enter username. and password. Yun, login successful. Ito po yung for another security po para hindi po masyadong admin lang po or yung mga faculty members lang po nakakaalam nito.
Okay.
Yan. Tapos ito po yung main menu page. Ito po yung katulad lang po sa dati namin. Yan. Meron po tayo 7 options. So, grade student report card.
Ano yung in-encode nyo? Sign nyo nga yung number 2. Sige, diretso.
Ayan po. Successfully save na po yung file. Tapos, number 2 po, view all report cards. So, meron na po akong na-ready po dito mga iba pong records. Ayan po. Kung makikita nyo po. Tapos, ito po yung ngayon ko pong ginawa si Andre Dison. Then, enter ulit. Tapos, 3 po, yung view a single report card. Halimbawa po si Andre Dison. Ayan po. Ayan po yung report card niya. Enter lang po yun natin number roll. Then, number 4, modify report card. Kung sino po i-modify natin. Example po ulit si Andre Dison. Yan po. Andre Dison. Ayun po, updated na po. So, na-modify na po natin yung bago pong data or record ni Andre Dison. Next is yung result po. Dito naman po malalaman kung may natanggap po ba siyang scholastic awards po, ganyan. Yan, enter number roll 4 po kasi si Andre Dison. Ayun po. With high honors po siya. Then exit. Yun. Pag naman po delete record, ayun po, delete record. Halimbawa po yung number 1 po, which is si Angel Alcaide po, yung number 1 sa number roll. Then, yun na po, successfully deleted na po. Next is back. Yan po. So, babalik po tayo dun sa main page po para po sa faculty. Then, log out po. Balik po sa login page. Ito naman pong sunod is for student po. Halimbawa po, ako po si Andre Dison. Gusto ko pong makita yung card ko or grade ko po, rather. Yan po. Mag-register muna po, tapos login ulit. Students. Username. Login successful. Ito po, meron lang po siyang dito, 3 options. Either first po muna, view report card. Number roll po niya, dahil si Andre Dison po siya, so 4. Ayan po yung grades niya, makikita niya na po. Next is, yung number 2 po, result, makikita niya po kung kasama po ba siya sa honors, failed, or pass lang po. Ayun po. Congratulations with high honors.
Ano yan? Nagmamatic siya? Depende sa grade?
Po. Opo. Naka-indicate po sa code namin.
So, may greetings pagka yung grade mo umabot doon sa nakaset doon sa sa greetings. Tama?
Opo. Nakaset po. Tapos, Apo, log out po. Yung third option.
Okay, bago
Yan.
ka mag-log out,
Tapos balik po ulit sa login page.
bago ka mag-log out, ay nag-log out ka na. Yung number 2, hindi ko...
Ito naman po, may
Yung number 2.
Alin po?
Yung listahan ng mga nakasulat.
Nakasulat po. Wait lang po.
Naka-case ba yan? Naka-switch?
Opo. Opo. Yan po, login tayo. Faculty. Alin po dito, ma'am?
Ayan. Yan yung sinasabi ko number 2. View all students report card.
Ito po. Ayan po. Number 2. Ayan po.
Yan yung kanina.
Lumalabas po lahat. Opo. Bali nawala na po dito yung nasa unahan po, which is si Angel Alcaide, kasi po dinilit po natin yung record niya. Tapos may ipapakita pa po ako sa inyo.
Okay.
Ito po. Pag naman po, halimbawa po, mali po ng password. Bawa po si Andre. Piso. Ayan po. Nagkakaroon, lumalabas po yung natin na login error, you have 2 attempts left.
Okay.
Hanggang 3 attempts po siya.
Kung lumampas ka na sa 3 attempts, anong mangyayari? Malalak ba yung account?
Babalik po siya sa login page. Ito po.
Malalak ba yung account? Hindi.
Di naman po. Ayan po. Ayan po. Babalik po siya sa login page. Tapos, ito pa po, which is yung forgot password po. Halimbawa po, nakalimutan mo po yung password mo kasi nga po, di ka po makapag-login kanina, nakalimutan mo yung password mo. Ito po. Search by ID. Andre Tison. Ayan. Ayan po, lalabas po yung password mo. Nakalimutan niya pong password. So, pwede ka na po ulit mag-login na walang errors po. Ayan. Tapos, exit na po yung program, terminate na po. Ayun po. Thank you po.
Alright. Wait lang. Yung yung PowerPoint. PP. Nakalagay yung names ninyo.
Okay po. Wait lang. Unshare lang po ako.
Ayan, okay. I-blow up mo. Ayan, okay. Alright, good job. Abang kinukuha ng kuya. Wait lang. Balik. Nagkukunan ko ng screenshot. Ang bilis mo naman, kuya. Sandali lang. Okay, ayan, okay na. Ayan, sige. Salamat. Nakunan ko na. Ayan, at dahil dyan, congratulations. Wala ko ba? Diba? May sigaw pa talaga. Okay, next. Yung ating last, si Group 2. Group 2. Yung last na presenter natin. Ready?
Huh? Narinig po ako?
Yes.
Okay po, wait. Hello po. Kita niyo na po?
Palitaw pa lang.
Okay, wait lang.
Ayan na, lumitaw na. Cute naman.
Ayan. Good afternoon, everyone. Ayan. Okay.
Nekogoy.
Welcome again to Santari's A++ project entitled Nakagoy. Ayan. So, actually, I've seen before, no, kilala niyo na kami, nakapag-present na kami last time, and you've seen the simple version of Nakagoy. But in today's presentation, we'll of course tackle still all the same contents and categories for our presentation. So first, we'll tackle description, scope, objectives, and we'll also talk about the deliverables and the success factors of our projects. And later on, you'll get to know simply a little bit more, as well as yung implementation namin sa project schedule, and presentation and official demonstration of the complex version of Nekogoy. And then later on, we also have an allotted time for our question and answer portion. So, before now, without further ado, let's begin with the question: what is Nekogoy and how has it improved? Well, sa recap lang, Nikogoy is sinunod yung Japanese word which is yung neko and yung goy. So neko stands for cat and goy stands for cat. So this will stay with its name because Nekogoy is still a C++ a game application. So same pa rin siya with just a few features na upgrade and nabigyan ng user interface. Ayan. So let's move on to project scope. So ang coverage na to is yun nga, C++ desktop application siya which aims to expand the vocabulary of our users. It includes a wide array of categories from A to Z. Each round, the user will be presented with a quota that will be used to guess the word. Cards over. However, this game is all put together by the adventure story of Mimi the cat. Ayan. So for the second scope, yung the Central team aims to use this project to introduce and provide interactive learning of new words every day, which is how the game helps to expand the user's vocabulary. Ayan, wait. Hello, ang narinig ko po ako? Ayan. So, actually vocabulary na po includes also better comprehensive skills. Ayan. So, lastly, Nekogoy is primarily focused on providing services para sa mga academic institutions natin. So, to be specific, we aim for clients from teachers, parents, guardians, and even students themselves. Ayan. Okay. Several jams needs welcome and 30 minutes to discuss it. Wait lang. Angelica?
Hello. Okay, thank you, Pamela. So, onto the objectives, we have two categories, technical objective and schedule objective. So, for the technical objective, the first one is utilize Microsoft Visual Studio as the master compiler and integrated development environment to implement the project. So, in the process of implementing our project, we use Microsoft Visual Studio as the master compiler. Second, help users and stakeholders achieve wider vocabulary through interactive teaching. And last, encourage learning through immersive methods. For the schedule objective, first one is implement a fully functional and thorough C++ program with simple features by the end of first quarter of second semester 2021 to 2022, which we have already achieved. By the end of first quarter of second semester, we were able to implement a fully functional simple C++ program that we have already presented previously, also named as Nekogoy. So for the second objective, launch a finalized version complete with graphical user interface and upgraded features by the end of second semester 2021 to 2022, which we have also already achieved as of today, and my groupmates will present our program to you later. So that's it for objectives. Thank you.
Next.
Hello po.
Ayan. So, thank you, Angelica, for discussing our objectives. Ayan. So, next we have our deliverables, which will be discussed by Kayla Kapanay and Janel Rojas.
Nekogoy, good afternoon everyone. Nekogoy aids in expanding the students' vocabulary through stimulating visuals and interaction. It is implemented using an immersive learning system that follows a kinesthetic and visual style of learning. Teachers, parents, and guardians can utilize Nekogoy features such as customization, character display, and summarization to improve engagement during lectures. Next slide, please. So these are the internal deliverables that we have implemented. Number one, initial and final system code. Number two, test and debug results. Number three, executable file and system logo. Number four, instruction manual. Next slide, please. For the external deliverables, these are the things that we have implemented. Number one, category module. Number two, trial game module. Number three, graphical module. And lastly, exit module. That's it. Thank you po.
Now let's move on to our program's flowchart. Our application is a game that enhances someone's ability to guess. As the program runs, the background music will play and it will display the name of our application and their team name. Afterward, the program will provide a play button which the user will press for the game to start. Then, a greeting will appear. The program will ask the user to enter his or her name. After that, the main menu will be displayed. The main menu consists of four selections which are Exit, About, Help, and Play. If the user chose to exit, the application will ask the user if they want to exit, and if yes, the application will simply exit and the program ends. And if no, it will stay in the main menu. If the user selects About, the program will display the game's purpose, functions, and creators. And if not, it will stay in the main menu. If the user selects Help, the application will display its instructions for playing the game, and if not, it will stay on the main menu. If the user selects Play, meaning he wants to play the game, therefore, the application will display the puzzling feature that needed to be guessed, the level that the user is at, the clue letter, and simple instructions. Then the game will ask the user's guessed word about what the picture is. Note that there are only 5 chances the user has. Now, if the user was not able to guess the right word, the chances will deduct, and if there are no chances left, the game will simply exit. But if the user was able to guess the right word, he will proceed to the next level. Again, the game will ask the user's guessed word about what the picture is. Note that there are only 5 chances that user has. Now, if the user was not able to guess the right word, the chances will deduct, and if there are no chances left, the game will simply exit. But if the user was not able to guess the right word, he will proceed to the next level. This flow will repeat until the user reaches all the level provided by the creators, and that is where the program ends. Next slide, Ayan. please. Okay. Thank you, Kyla and Janel. I hope now that you can kind of imagine how Nekogoy has improved. But before we get to that, let's first identify the client or user requirements for the program. Well, this part hasn't changed much. Any student, teacher, or parent with appropriate gadgets such as personal computers, laptops can avail the services of Nekogoy. But why should they? Well, it's because Nekogoy implements an immersive learning system that follows specific methods of teaching such as kinesthetic and visual styles that help achieve its goal of widening the user's vocabulary.
And now that Nekogoy's scope, objectives, and deliverables have been discussed, let's move on to the factors that determine our project success. So for these factors, it hasn't changed much too. We included two kinds of factors, qualitative and quantitative. For qualitative, it provides us with the description of how the project or Nekogoy can achieve success. Meanwhile, for the quantitative, it provides us with numerical data that we can use to calculate the success percentage of our project. So, examples of qualitative are application reviews, comments, criticisms, and for quantitative, examples of these are test scores, application ratings, and many more. Now, let's get to know the team behind Nekogoy. I proudly present to you the Santari developer team. Again, the Santari name was pitched by Gladeline Compassion, and its reason behind the name was it is a wordplay on the phrase cats on sanctuary, which I personally find fitting for our first ever game application. Now let's get to know each member and the role they played to make Nekogoy possible. So I'll start. Hi, I am Pamela May Oliven and I am the project manager of Sontari. I am responsible for overseeing each tasks of each member as well as being the consultant for issues or problems that may arise. Next we have Angelica.
So, hello, my name is Marie Angelica G. Jimenez, assigned as a technical writer. So, my task was to compile, arrange our documentation, and make a user manual for the people that will be using our program. Next, we have Janelle.
I am Jinal Rojas.
Hi, I am Kyla Kapanay, and we are the system analyst. Our role is to explain our deliverables and illustrate our flowchart. Next.
Hello, I am Daniel Balunes.
Hello, I am Gladeline Compassion. We are the business analysts. So our work here is to work with the system analyst and the technical writer as well. Next po.
Hi, I'm Gail.
Hello, I'm Angel.
And we are the programmers of the Santari team.
We are the one who writes the code by giving the computer specific programming instructions.
We dedicate our time and exert so much effort to make it possible for you to use a very engaging and inclusive program.
So we hope you enjoy it and be.
Yan! Now that you have been introduced to the people behind Nekogoy, let's dive into our methods of implementing the project. Let's welcome Jan Rolf Balunes and Gladeline Compassion to discuss project implementation.
Ayan, hello, thank you po. So I am here to explain the implementation, procedures, tasks, and activities. So sa page po na ito, we separated it into two parts. The first part is about the procedures, tasks, and activities. And so let us first discuss what are on the first part. So sa number one po, we did the brainstorming stage na kung saan po nag-conduct po kami ng 30-minute meeting na para po magbigay ng ideas and for improvements po aming app. Tapos po sa number 2, program identification stage. So as we give the ideas po, sa stage na ito, gumawa kami ng simple call kung alin yung gusto namin for the app. Yun po sa improvements, ganun po. And after that po, nag-build po kami ng scope kung ano lang po yung sakop ng app na yun. So sa number 3 din po, yung drafting stage. Sa third phase po na ito, nagawa po kami ng plan kung paano po namin i-execute yung app, paano po namin i-deliver sa users, kung paano po gagamitin ng mga users yung app na yun. Nag-assign din po kami ng roles sa part na to para malaman po kung sino yung magiging, kung ano po yung mga gagampanan po ng bawat member. So, sa number 4 po, program phasing, na nagkaroon po kami dito ng tatlong phases na tinatawag po natin ng initial phase, revision phase, and the final phase. In each phase po, nag-conduct po kami ng 2 sprints or yung tinatawag po natin na 15-minute meeting tungkol po dun sa ginawa po namin. Yun dun po sa pag-work po namin na app. Tinitignan po namin dun kung ano po yung progress, ano po yung mga changes po, gano'n. Tapos po sa testing stage, number 5, ito po yung part na nag-test kami internally yung kami po mga members po muna. Tapos po nung na-confirm na po namin na nag-run po siya, exactly po na kung paano po namin siya gusto ipalaro sa mga users, pinride din po namin siya externally. Yun po. Tapos nag-gather din po kami ng ratings and comments dun po sa na ginawa po namin. And lastly po dun sa number 6, launching stage, nasa last phase po na ito na nag-complete na po kami ng presentation, mga ilalagay sa PowerPoint, sa mga parts po na kung saan po kami mag-report, kung saan po yung mga finalization po ng documentation, yung po sa manual, yun po. Tapos ayun lang po yung sa part 1, implementation. And sa second part po, si Mr. Balunes po magpo-provide ng explanation. Thank you po.
Okay.
Hello. For the tools, technology, and change control process, para po sa tools and technology, ang main compiler po na ginamit ng mga programmer namin ay ang Visual Studio version 2022. Discord, Google Meet, ito application na ginamit namin na platform upang mag-collaborate, brainstorming, and pag-usapan ng concept ng project. At pagte-test drive na rin ng project namin. Canva and Google Docs, dito po namin kinompile and present yung mga output ng gawa namin. At para sa mga device naman po na ginamit namin for the project and collaboration, gumamit po kami ng desktop, PCs, laptop, and mobile. And for the change control process po, Scrum po naman ang ginamit namin na kung saan may sprint po ito. Kung mayroon 15 minutes na meeting upang magkaroon ng updates, problema na encounter at mabigyan ito ng solution. Lang po.
Ayan. Thank you, Jan Rolf and Glad. We now have here is the laid out schedule of our team's 39-day intensive work period. So it is much longer compared to when we created the simple version of Nekogoy. But because we needed to study more about graphics, user interface, and many more outside of our curriculum coverage, naging mas matagal yung paggawa ng complex version of Nekogoy. Nevertheless, this entire team remains confident in Nekogoy as our very first game application. So we started on June 12 and then we ended today as we are presenting July 27. Actually, July 20 pa lang tapos na kami, but we had a few tweaks on the program. So ayun, inalot namin yung time na yon to do all those little changes and updates sa program. Now, for additional information, magpo-provide din kami ng quick summary lang na internal testing namin. So internal testing meaning kami-kami lang as a team. So, we gathered 4.6 out of 5 kasi may tatlong bumoto for 4 stars and 5 for 5 stars. Compared sa previous rating nung simple version na 4.25 lang yung nag-gather namin. And for external testing, same pa rin na number ng people na nag-test. It is 25 external testers na friends, family, and other people that we know. So, 8 voters, 8 rates for 4 stars and 70 naman ang nagbigay ng 5 stars, which gave us a total of 4.6 to 5 something pa yan. Pero 4.6 na lang out of 5 compared to the previous rating na nakuha namin, which is 4.4. So, ayan, may significant changes din naman. So, ito yung mga nag-test ng aming Nekogoy. Ito yung nasa gitna is yung before and then yung dalawang nasa gilid is yung bago na may graphic, may graphic design na siya, may user interface na ganun. Ayan. So, that's everything that you should know about Nekogoy. Ngayon, tignan na natin kung ano na yung naging improvement niya as an application. So, let me just click this. Ayan.
Pero naman ang graphics.
Angel?
Play.
Comment lang.
Sorry, ulitin ko po. Nawala po kasi yung sound. Ayan. Angel, nandiyan ka na ba? Ayan.
Saan sa mismong unit?
Sorry po, hindi po kasi gumagana yung volume for my laptop. So, ano na lang po muna, i-describe na lang, pakita na lang po muna namin yung game and then i-ask po sana namin yung yung interaction ng everyone. So, pwede nyo pong i-chat or mag-open mic po. Ay, hindi ko po kayo marinig pag open mic kasi malakas po yung ano. Pero, pwede nyo po i-chat dyan sa chat box natin yung sagot nyo. So, nag-ask po kami ng interaction ng everyone. Nasagutan natin yung every round. So, 3 round lang to. So, ayan. Start na natin yung game. Naririnig niyo po ba?
Narinig po ba? Yes.
Hello?
Narinig ka na. Sige.
Ayan. Sige, Angel. Tinanggal ko na lang yung sound. Ayan.
Sa unang interface, makikita nyo yung aming developer's name and yung program name. So, enter lang po tayo ng name natin. Yan, to continue. And magpo-proceed naman po siya into sa main menu natin. Silipin po muna natin yung About button. Sa About button po, dito, bibigay po siya ng brief background sa game po natin and sa developers po, which is kami po. And back po natin again, close natin, mababak po again sa may main menu. And tignan naman po natin yung help button. Sa help button naman po, dito po nakapaloob yung mechanics ng ating game as a guide na rin po sa mga users. And close po natin and proceed na po tayo sa ating game. Tick lang po natin yung start button. So, unang-una po is yung level 1. Dito po, meron po tayong 5 chances na kung saan pag mali po yung nag-guess na word na pinipertain po natin dito sa picture is madededuct po yun. And meron din po kaming isang hint po na kung saan pag clinic po is madidisplay yung isang tile ng picture. So, sino po gusto magsagot?
Ano kalagay?
Sagot lang po kayo, pakihulaan po.
Ayun, meron nagsulat.
Chat nyo na lang. So, ambulance. So, sabi ni Butch, ambulance daw. Okay, enter po natin. Good job. Tama ka doon. Galing. Okay, next level. Pag tama po yung answer, papasit po siya into next level, which is level 2. And sino naman po gusto manghula, try naman po natin maliin. So, Pamela, enter mo nga dyan. Try muna natin maliin para makakita natin yung pag-deduct ng chances. House, sige. So, ayun po, nababawasan po yung heart, which is yung chances natin. And, pag gagamitin naman po natin yung hint button, yun po, malalabas po yung isang tile na magpapakita po ng part ng picture natin. Sabi po nila, Ilan, tsaka ni Joshua, barn daw po. Try po natin. Tama po ulit. So, type naman po natin, hulaan to, tapos ubusin po natin lahat ng chances. So, cat.
Bilis mag-type ah.
Dog. Mamaliin po muna natin. Ew daw. Camel daw. Okay.
Karabaho, pwede.
Hippies. Okay, yan po, lalabas po yung outtry again. And mag-e-exit po yung game. And para po mag-continue, kailangan po i-restart yung game. Ayun lang po, thank you po.
Alright. Nakakaaliw,
So,
simple-simple. Sige.
Okay, ayun po yung naging improvements ng Nekogoy from being a console application na simpleng-simple lang. We're just using symbols and other special characters para magawa yung design ng game. Now, meron na siyang actual cats sa background and meron ng hints and life and per level meron na din. So, ayun. Ang nabagal lang sa kanya is before, ang concept niya is kind of like a hangman na bawat letter i-guess mo. Pero ngayon, you can guess the whole word and meron kang hint and meron kang photo na meron. So, naging picture guess game siya. So, to provide you with further information about paano namin nagawa to, I will be stopping my screen share na and I will let Kale na mag-explain kung paano nabuo nilang programmers yung program namin ngayon.
Hello? Kita na po ba?
Yes, kita na.
So, ayun po. Yung sa music po namin, paano namin siya nalagay? Una po, dito po, nag-include po kami ng IO stream and Windows H. Then, yung function po niya, ito lang pong play sound, text, tapos kinol po namin yung file name na neko.wav. Then, next po, sa mismong game, ito pong another form. Ito po sa mismong game, yung lumalabas po dun sa pag-picture guess, in-store po namin yung mga letters na ilalagay ni user sa string na guess, then yung tamang answer naman po sa string na word. Then gumamit po kami ng if-else statement, wherein sa if po, kapag yung guess po ay tama, ma-hide po yung form and then mag-next po siya sa another level. Then kapag else naman po, mababawasan yung heart which is the chances. Tapos ayun po, sa mga buttons po namin, yung sa mga, iba po pag nag-guess po kayo, meron po dong lumalabas na GUESS. Parang yun din po yung, once na naklik na po yung G, hindi na po pwede siyang pindutin. So ito po yung code namin doon. Ay, ito po yung sa hint pala. Sa hint po naman, ganun din po. Kapag naklik na po yung hint, hindi na po siya ulit pwede mapindot. One hint lang po yung pwede. Tapos ito po yung parang mashow yung hint na desired mo. Next is yung sa mga bawat button po, dito lang po namin ginawa yung code para mabawasan po yung chances. So, ayun lang po. Thank you.
Ayan, thank you, Kale, and I'll be sharing my screen again. Ayan. So, that's it for Nekogoy, yung improvements niya, yung upgrades na nagawa namin. And marami pa kaming gustong idagdag if ever that we want to continue still on this application sa future. Baka pwede madagdagan ng story mode, baka pwede madagdagan ng dialogue between cats para lang magkaroon pa ng more substance yung application. But nevertheless, we're proud of Nekogoy and yung naging achievements ng Centauri developer team. So, if you have any questions for us, pwede po kayo mag-open mic. And, ayun, may questions po ba?
Ako may question. Hanggang ilang question ang niload nyo dyan sa game?
For this presentation po, nag-load lang po kami ng yung tatlong level po is tatlong category na yun. So, ang category po kasi is alphabetical. So, A to Z po yun actually if we were to code the full game po. Pero for now, for presentation lang po na matter is naggawa lang po kami ng tatlong rounds per category. So, isang round for letter A, isang round for letter B, isang round for letter C. But the full game would include po 5 rounds per letter. So, madami po yun. So, 26 times 5 na rounds po ng game. So, mahaba-haba po siya.
Okay. Kung gusto nyo siyang maging full-fledged na game na pwedeng i-upload sa Android, actually, pwede na siyang i-upload kailangan nyo at least nasa 100 levels, lalo na yung ganyang games. Yung iba kasi umaabot ng hanggang 600 Pero pwedeng minimum ng 100 levels. So pagka maraming nagda-download, pwede kayong mabayaran, no? Ayan. O walang bayad 'yon pagka in-upload nyo, kailangan nyo lang mag-create ng account and then kung saan siya pwedeng bayaran, no? Doon sa So pwede nyo nang pagkakitaan yung game na yan. Good job, fam, no? Nakita na ko, nakakaaliw, pati yung tunog nakakaaliw. Wait lang. Kung plano nyo tong i-upload sa sa Google app, no? Sa Google app. Make sure yung mga ginamit nyong mga images ay public, no? So, ibig sabihin walang magiging issue sa copyright, pati yung logo ninyo. Tapos yung sound ganun din, kung wala siyang wala siyang copyright issue na na ownership sa iba, no? Kung open yan for good for public consumption yung yung audio, yung sound na ginamit ninyo. Ayan. So, ayan, pwede mo nang ibenta yan. Dagdagan mo na lang yung levels hanggang 100.
Yes po.
Yes po. Dadagdagan pa po talaga, so 5 rounds. So madami din po kasi 26 letters po. Yan po.
Good job.
So, ayun po. That's thank you, ma'am. So, yun po for yung Nekagoy. So, thank you for listening and thank you for your time. Good day.
Appreciate ko siya, appreciate. Aliw na aliw ako dun sa Nekagoy mo, no? It's so cute. So cute, no? Maraming magda-download nito pagka in-upload nyo. So, pwede nyo pagkakitaan yan. Ayan. Okay, good job. Ayan. Sandali lang lalagyan natin dahil naka-record naman yan. Nakatuwan-tuwa. Ayan. Okay. So, that ends our presentation of our teka, may question ba yung iba? Meron bang question nyo sa classmate? Wala na.
Screenshot po pala.
Sorry, screenshot.
Ito po, screenshare ko po ulit.
Okay, pakilagay yung members.
Wait lang po.
Ito po. Okay, sandali lang kukunan ko lang Okay. Alright. Okay. Kuha ka na. Okay, salamat ng marami.
Thank you po.
Nako, I'm so happy with all your project. They are all exceptional, diba? Ayan, an improvement of work, no? At I would say pinaka-cute yung kina Pam, no? Ayan. At you doon sa iba kumuha ng complicated na app, but then you survive, no? And nabigyan ko kayo ng pointers for those who would like to explore more on those yung pinurso nyo na app na ginawa ngayon, no? So, congratulations. I'm very, very proud of your creations, your project, and I'm very, very happy on your outputs, no? Nakita ko na naging very, very useful yung ating ginamit na tool, which is yung C++, na explore nyo siya and nagamit nyo siya to the max. Ayan. Salamat ng marami sa inyong mga output. Good job, everyone. Ayan. Okay. Thank you. At dito na tayo nagtatapos. Okay. So, ayan. Maraming